Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Uh, Pressure. Some on these gas get hectic. I put my bitch in the best shit. Wanna act goofy, stretch quick. Pressure. Some on these gas get hectic. I put my bitch in the best shit. Wanna act goofy, stretch quick.
Yo, yo, yo. What is up? What is up? It's me, Key, and I'm back in the building with another live stream. What's going on, guys? What's going on? What's going on? Um, gonna put that back there for right now. Definitely wasn't prepared for that because the background that I wanted was not working. So, but what's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? East Coast Gridiron. Appreciate that for that. And Burn, what's going on? Dante and Tyler will be up here with me sooner or later. But yeah, we're just gonna get into it about some stuff going around in the Philly world. You know, I do live close to born and raised in Philly, but I live on the outskirts of Philly now. But I only live 10 minutes from Lincoln Financial and Citizens Bank Park. What's going on, Mrs. BJ? Citizens Bank Park and all that good stuff down South Philly. So it only takes me 10 minutes to get to the stadiums and whatnot. So, but I live right near the airport, so I'm always in Philly. Just don't live there, but I'm always here. But let's get down to the nitty gritty of things. And we're gonna talk about the Sixers. I know I haven't really made any content and videos on the Sixers because everybody else has, and I'm not gonna put out the same stuff that everybody else has. So pretty much the same. it's pretty much the same. It's pretty much the same stuff. So I feel like I'm just going to be repeating what others say. So that's why I didn't really come on and make a video and content about, oh, well, we got PJ Tucker. Okay, that's everybody did a video on PJ Tucker. We know we was getting PJ Tucker. But for me to come and talk about it, we're gonna come and talk about it. And we're gonna share some things, what I like and what I dislike about the whole deal, and what I feel like is Daryl Morey got more pieces he's trying to add to this team. I'm gonna talk about the whole Kevin Durant situation. If he was traded to us, would we give up Maxi what I wanted? We're gonna talk about that because I know others be like, oh, I'll do that in a heartbeat. And we gonna get into some Sixers talk. Going to talk about the Phillies, how they're surprisingly doing well right now. We still in this wild card race. So we're gonna get into all that. But first, the Phillies are playing right now. And they are playing right now. Playing St. Louis. We did get the win last night, 2-0. Alec Bohm both with both runs, both home runs, multi home run game. So they won last night. Right now they're in the top of the fourth in a nothing game. So yeah, we're gonna keep gonna look out for that. So they did win the series with the Nationals. I know they dropped the one, but it's all right. It's all right. We still in that wild card race. What's going on? Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So yeah, so well, let's get into it since I got the Sixers background up. Let's get in talking to some Sixers. Now, James Harden is expected to sign a 2-year deal. We don't know the numbers of anything yet, but he's taking a $15 million cut. This is the before James Harden, I feel like would not take a pay cut. Just like Russell Westbrook took that $47 million to stay with the Lakers, knowing that the Lakers need more help than what they have. They can't get nobody else because of that contract that Russell Wilson has. So James Harden knows he wants to win and he wants to win now. This is the time to win now. We can't just let Joel Embiid sit with the talent that he has to just waste his years and not get a championship. We cannot get past the second round to save our life. Last time we was in the NBA Finals, that man was in it, and that was 2001. Even though we took one by the Lakers, they thought it was going to be a sweep, and we lost every game after that. So that was the last time the Sixers been to finals. Last time they won the championship, I wasn't thought of yet. I came the next year in '84. So the last championship was '83. So yes, this city is due for a championship in basketball. We did get one with the Sixers, with the Eagles in 2017. That was our first. So we need another one at the Wells Fargo for the Sixers. And we have flashes. We seen Game 7. All we had to do was make that layup. All we had to do was hold that momentum in the the last game, win or go home, and we saw what happened. What's going on, Philly halftime? We saw what happened. The Ben Simmons era. Ben's gone. Now he's with the Nets. Now we gotta worry about James Harden. The season we saw with James Harden. We know he's not the James Harden back in Houston. We know he's not that guy anymore. And I think James knows he's not that guy anymore. But he has been putting on. We all know James Harden lifestyle. What's going on, Ern? We all know James Harden's lifestyle. He likes the strip clubs and everything else, and he's not great on defense. And he gives up in the playoffs. We know this about James Harden. We know this about James Harden. What's going on, Slay? And of course, you got my guy who knows James Harden personally because he played 10 years with the Rockets. I got my guy, Coach Dante. He's in the building. What's going on, Coach?
How you doing today, Key?
I'm good. I know you come to troll me too, so it
No,
don't
I
matter.
ain't gonna,
What's going on, Vic?
okay to keep it. I came up here, just to give you some company and talk to Key.
No, I know, I got you.
What's the topic? What we on?
We was talking about the Sixers. I was telling them how I was like the reason why I haven't been putting out no Sixers content because everybody else talks about the same thing. So why have me put out a video when y'all talking about the same crap?
Yep.
So I mean, we just going over PJ Tucker. I didn't go over the signage that we was talking about. I was talking about James Harden is going to take that $15 million pay cut for 2 years to actually come in here, and he's actually finding out what's going on, Papa. He's actually finding out that he was like he wants to win now, and he's going all in to do whatever he can to make sure the Sixers get to a championship. So we don't know the numbers yet. I know it's going to be 2 years. He did opt out that player option so we can get some more guys in here. And I'm just saying, I don't think Morey's finished. Hopefully he'll bring some more pieces in. I know we need a bench. I know we did sign PJ Tucker for 3 years, $33 million. Did I like the deal? Of course not, because I feel like why pay $33 million to a guy that's 37 and he'll be 40 by the time the contract is. One thing about PJ Tucker is I can't, he's that dog. He's that villain type of guy that we need somewhere like a Patrick Beverly. Now, I was hearing that Utah might buy out Patrick Beverly. Then Patrick Beverly possibly could be out there. I say, why not go get Patrick Beverly and put his ass on the bench and have him come off the bench? Because that's that type of dog that Philadelphia needs on the team. Daniel House, you know about, of course,
Yep.
we getting all the Houston guys on our
Philadelphia
team.
Rockets.
Philadelphia Rockets. So
Yep.
but given your experience with the Houston team, how is PJ Tucker and Daniel House?
Yeah, okay, I got you. First of all, shout out to Papa Sora, Slay, Vic, shout out to Philly halftime, Jeff, Miss Bird Gang, my boy Florida Bar Burn Earn in the building. Okay, so my thoughts on the experience when they was in Houston. I think PJ Tucker for a season, he'll give you a good 37 to 36% 3-point shooting. The problem is in the playoffs, he's not too effective in the playoffs. But he is a dog. He's going to play the same way. He's going to give you good energy on the defensive side. He's going to always take the challenge and go at the best player. And he's going to always work harder than his opponent. He's going to always dive on the floor for 50-50 balls. He's the type of defender that's going to always get up in you. And he's going to always, play hard defense. He'll get a couple technicals every now and then. But, again, he's that hard-working defender that you want on your team. And then, like I say, he will shoot good for the season. He will shoot good. His favorite shot is the corner three-pointer. He loves sitting at that corner, knocking that down. He can knock that down effectively. And Daniel House bring you good athleticism, good three-point shooting, and great defense as well. So you're getting the same type of two players. You're getting a more athletic Daniel House that can put the ball on the floor and get to the basket. Got a pretty solid bench right there. So, like I say, they did nothing but great things in Houston. I got nothing bad to say about them. But I wouldn't pay no goddamn PJ Tucker no $33 million. I wouldn't.
I feel, and then of course, and then we got the Patrick Beverly should be a starter. You how about the Sixers? More here we go with Damian. We not gonna talk. We not gonna get me started. 13 minutes into this live, we're not gonna do this, Damian. We are not gonna do this right now. But we got the Anthony Milton from the Danny Green trade, who's also a good 3-and-D guy, piece off the bench. Who has defense, perimeter shooting, all that. So I do, we just have to. I still think maybe if we want to, I know they talk about trading Tobias. I know we still got to trade Matisse if he's getting traded. I got a feeling Matisse might be here another season. I don't like Matisse. I don't say I don't like Matisse because I love Matisse. He is great defensively. He can get the blocks. He can get the steals from behind when nobody's looking. He'll pick you off in a second. He's an offensive liability. It's no excuse. You've been in here 4 years and you have not improved offensively. That's why I say he's a Ben Simmons 2.0. The only difference is Matisse is not afraid to take a 3-point shot. When need be, or he'll shoot. Ben Simmons didn't shoot a lick. That's the difference. But yeah, I feel like Matisse, you've been here long enough. Where is your offense at? When he played with the Australian team during the Olympics, he was averaging 15, 16 points. Where is this at with the Sixers? Where is it? I said the same thing when he was playing. Oh, he's going to bring this to the Sixers. Ain't see shit. Where is it? Haven't seen anything. So that's the only thing I don't like about Matisse Thybulle. He's just an offensive liability for me. I feel like if somebody else is struggling on the starters and they're not scoring, you have to be that guy, and he's not that guy. So somebody else can value him and maybe work with him, okay. But I feel like he's not doing enough. It was rumored Chicago wanted him because of y'all general manager or whoever's over there now. It was the reason why Matisse came to the Sixers. So, but I feel like Matisse not going nowhere. So I feel like Tobias Harris still might be here as well. Tobias is just going to have to find his role. He's just going to have to find his role. And during the playoffs, he found it. I know we lost, but Tobias Harris is a big reason why Siakam didn't go off the way he went off, because of his defense on Siakam in that Toronto series. So, I mean, you said you want Ben Simmons. You got a 2.0 version of Ben Simmons. It's Matisse Thybulle. You rather have someone who doesn't shoot and play defense, or can give you some points and still play defense?
I rather have someone
you want a head case. You want a head case in Ben Simmons who say he don't want to play basketball, but he can be in the stands with his girlfriend in summer league, or you got back issues, or do you want a Matisse who's going to go out there and put his body on the line and do whatever he can to help his team out?
So,
You pick and choose. Which one you rather have?
I'd rather have a plain shooter, I'd rather have a plain shooter than a person that can't shoot. Period.
Right.
That won't shoot. I'd rather have a plain shooter that got no defense instead of a person that can't shoot. Period. That won't shoot. At least he can get out there and provide more, at least, than Ben Simmons can do at this point.
All Ben Simmons do is going to dribble the ball up half court, pass it, and go sit in the dunker spot. Who does that? That's not a point guard. What point guard you know in this league is going to take the ball up half court and pass it and go sit his ass in the dunker spot and wait for something easy to happen? Who you won't see Chris Paul doing that. Chris Paul is a point guard for a reason.
Yep.
The point of a point guard is to generate the offense. Put people in place to where they know is going to score points. And a point guard you don't really see a point guard score many points like that. Why? Because he's leading the offense. He's like the quarterback on the field. He runs the offense. So the point guard job is to get people involved, whether it's passing, whether it's scoring points here, or if all else fails and nobody else is scoring, a point guard has a shot and he's going to score, I'm all for it. But Ben Simmons is not a point guard. That's not a point guard. And we tried to tell him maybe move to a different position. That didn't work either. He wants the ball in his hands. For what reason? Why do you need the ball in his hands? You don't do nothing. He's better off the ball. Let him inbound the ball when you want to play, and he'll run somewhere. Let him set screens. Maybe a pick and roll option is good for Ben Simmons. It's somebody who can't shoot. You can get him involved in the game.
Simmons, so Damien, I got a question, Damien. So you said he is a defender, not a shooter. His position is defend. Okay.
He don't need to be a point guard.
Can you tell me this? Why most of the time Doc Rivers takes him out the game in clutch situations? Why is he not on the floor all the time in clutch situations?
He can't shoot free throws.
He can't shoot free throws, or he can't shoot.
Because if you leave Ben Simmons in the game, they're going to hack a Ben, just like they used to do Shaquille O'Neal. Because they know Shaq can't make free throws.
You rather have a player that can't shoot, and that's going to be in a game. That won't be in a game when it matters the most. And knowing you're going to need his defense, you rather have that off the floor than have someone that can at least shoot the ball and keep the defense honest. You rather have that defense off of the floor. You rather have him off the floor. So
at least Matisse Thybulle can shoot free throws.
Ben Simmons, you gotta know, to order to last in this league long, there's only one thing you gotta be able to do. You gotta be able to shoot. Shoot the ball. You shoot the ball, you last in the NBA more longer than anything. You can just you don't even gotta play defense. JJ Redick wasn't a great defender, but how you stayed in the league long? Because
he can shoot the hell out that ball.
Shoot the ball.
Yep.
Ray Allen wasn't the best offender. He was average, but he can shoot. Vince Carter can shoot. Jason Kidd improved his shooting. So again, that's how you last in the NBA a long time, if you can just do that one thing and that just shoot. Ben Simmons cannot shoot at all. He won't shoot. So again, any team that Ben Simmons on or in a playoff team, that's going to continue to fail. That's going to continue to fail every time he decides to play the point guard.
Rudy Gobert is not an offensive center.
He's not a point guard.
He's not an offensive center.
He's not a center.
You can't rely on Gobert to score points because he's not going to be able to do it. He's not going to do it. He's not going to do it. He's not. But look at that Minnesota team. You got Anthony Edwards who can shoot the ball. You got D'Angelo Russell that can shoot the ball. Even Cat can shoot the ball. But Rudy Gobert is not an offensive guy at all. Why do you think he has 3 defensive player awards? He's not. Gobert cannot shoot. Gobert is not offensively a good center. He's a good rim protector. He gets you rebounds. He's a defensive guy. The only reason Kyle Korver played as long. Exactly my point. Danny Green, he's up in his 30s. He can shoot. Well, he's inconsistent at times, but he's a shooter. Korver's a shooter. Ray Allen, those guys. Look at Rob Horry. He got 7 rings. 7. What's going on East Coast? He got 7 rings. 7 rings. They called him Big Shot Bob. His name was Big Shot Bob for a reason. He made big shots. What are we saying here? What are we saying here? It's called basketball. The name of the game is to put the damn ball in the basket. And we don't know what Ben Simmons' mindset is half the time. He don't want to play basketball. He's another Kyrie.
Yeah, that's the difference between.
One thing I can say about Kyrie Irving, when he's on the floor, he's going to score the ball. He's going to score. So what are we talking about?
He's playing point guard. He ain't playing no goddamn center. He playing point guard. Shit. Damn, he playing point guard. Rudy Gobert don't need to score. Shit, he a whole goddamn center. Most of his balls come on dunks and lobs. And he's a great inside defender. The problem is Ben Simmons don't want to switch his position. Nope. And he's tall enough to switch his position to the 4. If he switches his position to the 4, he wouldn't have this problem right now. He wouldn't even worry about shooting the basketball. Just because he want to play goddamn point guard, now all of a sudden, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem all of a sudden because he want to play point guard because
put that on the shirt. Put that on the shirt. Like so Rudy Gobert, why do you think Donovan Mitchell? I just said when Kyrie is on the floor, Damian, he will play his ass off. We all know this. Kyrie's a head case, but when he is on that court, Kyrie is lethal. He got one of the best handles. He can score the basket. He can shoot the 3. He can go inside. He can break people down. Kyrie is a good shooter. Oh, here he come eating his plastic. Here he come eating the plastic.
Number one, these are the pulling pills. Don't judge. Like I said, I wanted to come in here because I heard y'all ranting and raving about Rudy Gobert, right?
Right.
How he's not an offensive mind player, right? So he's 7'1" with a 7'9" wingspan. He's 245 pounds. This year alone, he averaged almost 17 points a game, 14 rebounds, and from the field, he was 71.3.
But that doesn't mean he's an offensive minded player, though. It just most of his
I never said he was an offensive minded player.
It have to be assisted for.
He's just known for his defense, but don't let the offense fool you because he has a better defense.
Yes, he has the offense because
he can go to any team and contribute. Yes, East Coast Gridiron Twizzlers are the best fucking candy out there. Don't judge. I'm sorry.
Plastic. That shit tastes like plastic. But whatever. Go ahead.
The pulling pills don't taste like plastic, but like I said, they float in. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But he cleans up the boards, yes. He's great defensively. I think him being great so defensively overtakes his offensive game. It's not a lot of centers in this league, like a Joel Embiid or a Rudy Gobert or Nikola Jokic, and some other ones that I can't name off the bat, can give you double figures every night. That's so true. Rudy Gobert is one of those rare type of centers that could give you double figures every single night. 71.3% from the field, even though that his defense is overhauled by that. That's pretty impressive for a center.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive when everything is set up. Like he literally get his points on dunks and lobs. I mean, that's his job. That's his job. But we talking about far as creating his own points.
Oh yeah, Bam.
Can't create his own. He can't create his own basket. He has to get set up by a point guard or get most of his own offensive rebound, dunks and lobs. What we're talking about. Ben Simmons cannot get his own shot. He cannot make anything happen on the perimeter. Oh my goodness, here we go.
East Coast Gridiron. That's what happens when you don't be on StreamYard for a certain period of time and you got to reconnect your internet. That's what happens. But
he said you came in like eating Twizzler, came in buffering, came in here buffering, talk about.
Hey, leave me alone, East Coast. I just show y'all some love. Leave me alone now. But Ben Simmons, that's another story for another time. I don't even know why we even.
Because Damien, because I don't.
What Damian being a
Man, you know,
bisexual?
baby, I'm talking about Damian. Damian said, his job is to play defense. But goddamn, that's all he can do is play defense. But if you what kid, it was several times in that playoff against the Hawks that he wasn't on the floor because he couldn't do nothing on offensively. That they had to take him out and they put Maxey in. That's the hell. Maxey the reason why they got that one game 6 against Atlanta.
No, this is why I went on a rant, because I was talking about Matisse Thybulle, how, you know, offensively he lacks off. He's a liability on offense, but he's a hell of a defender, and I love Matisse.
Who?
I love
Rudy Gobert?
No, Matisse Thybulle.
Oh yeah, Matisse Thybulle is definitely that's true.
Right. He's an offensive liability, but I love the kid because he plays defense and everything else. But I'm saying, when that scorer, or we're lacking that person who can't score, Matisse can't give those points because he sucks offensively. And I was saying how with the Olympic team in Australia, he was averaging 16, 15 points. Where's that shit at here of the Sixers? You average a good about 5 points a game, but his defense.
Got a question though. Is he the star in Australia?
No.
Is he one of the main? Is he one of who's the main guy over there? Because you got to look at the scheme of how the scheme is run in Euroball than it is in America. So Euroball is a little bit different, and that schemes might fit him a little bit more than what he's playing, you know, in the NBA. Mind you, you got Joel Embiid behind you. You got Tobias Harris behind you. You have James Harden behind you. You got to really think of that in that aspect. Yes, I think that when they're not on the floor, he needs to develop to be a scorer. I absolutely agree with that. But you got to look at the coaching from Doc Rivers and how he has them set up, because look what happened. Just a prime example. Look what happened with Tobias Harris when James Harden got traded. Look what happened with that. Tobias Harris kind of had a step back. He struggled.
Tobias' production went down.
Yeah, his production went down. So you got to look at it from that aspect too. Once James Harden came in, it really changed the whole scheme of how the Sixers ran their offensive philosophy.
Oh, Damien, I told you a definition of a guard. I told you what a definition of a guard.
Oh, okay, hold on.
I told you a definition of a guard.
Hold up, Dante. Hold up, Key. The question is the definition of a guard. A guard meaning as far as what? It means a small forward, a shooting guard, or a point guard. So he has to be more specific of what he's talking about as an actual guard, because it's actually by position. You just can't say guard, because yes, you have some that play point guard / shooting guard. You have some that do it in reverse. So you have someone that plays shooting guard / forward. So you really got to put it in perspective of what do you mean by guard?
Is it two guard or point guard? Because there's only two guards. Is it shooting guard or point guard?
It is, only but you guards. Know they put that forward guard in there too. You got to look at that too, Dante.
Like LeBron is a point forward.
Point guard though.
Like the point forward, like they call like LeBron James, the point forward.
Because I can give you different definitions of being a point guard. Point guard.
The point guard.
Give you my personal definition of a point guard. No, it can't be just guard.
It can't just be for a guard because you have a shooting,
because that's not
a shooting guard that can just shoot.
Right. Let's break it down for him this way then. Let me break this down for him this way then. Point guard, in my opinion, a point guard is a pass first, shoot second. That is my opinion. Is a facilitator that is a leader on the team that runs the motion offense or run an offense or communicate on the defense side of the ball. That to me is a pure point guard. You don't have to score 20 points tonight to be a point guard. As long as you can pull out them double-digit assists and you get your shooting guard and everybody else involved, that is considered a point guard, in my opinion. A shooting guard is a shoot first back in it's just in reverse of a point guard. Is a shoot first, is a scorer, is a slasher that can go to the basket, that can move without the basketball, that can give assists in his second position. That's to me a shooting guard that could probably play a little bit of the three depending on height and size. So you really got two different types of guards, and then you have a small forward that can still play like a two guard. So you have, it's all about athleticism, and it's all about what you can do on the floor, but it's difference between a guard. You just can't say, oh, he's a forward. Is he a small forward or a power forward? Is he a shooting guard or a point guard or small forward? You got to put it in some type of context of what you're trying to figure out what is a considered guard. Because to me, Kyrie Irving can do both, but in my opinion, he's a shooting guard. Because he scores first, pass second. That's just
It's
my
like AI. They had him as a point guard. No, AI was a shooting guard. That
Something
had
wrong with your
shooting
mic,
guard. Huh?
I think it's your mic. I don't know if it's my end or.
But Ben Simmons is only one-dimensional. He's only one-dimensional. And that's not how you last in the league long, being one-dimensional. You don't last in the league being one-dimensional.
A guard means to protect, aka defend. Yes, we completely agree with that, Damian.
Yes.
But as a guard, you have to be an all-around player as a guard. You have to know how to score, you have to know how to pass, and you have to know how to defend. Just because you are a defender and you can't score or pass, that makes you one-dimensional. And that's why Ben Simmons has not been successful in the NBA, because he's a one-dimensional player. Simple as that. Rudy Gobert scores more points than Ben Simmons, or he has a better field goal percentage than Ben Simmons, and Ben Simmons is supposed to be a point guard coming out of college. Let's just be realistic here. His numbers in college is the same numbers that he had with the Philadelphia 76ers. No development whatsoever.
I mean, he couldn't even lead his own. He couldn't even lead his own damn team to the NCAA tournament. He couldn't even lead LSU to the NCAA tournament. Come on, Damien.
They said your mic was fuzzy, so you still on mute, Key. While Key works up the technical difficulties here, I'm taking over a Philly Sports Talk with Key. I'm taking over.
I took my mic out. Am I getting out? Uh-oh. We got another one. Here comes Tyler. But no,
I want to break that down for them real quick while I get something to drink.
But what point guard do you know takes the ball up half court and passes it? Who does that? Name a point guard that does that. I'll wait.
And it also depends on what type of point guard you're looking for too. It also depends on what type of point guard you want, but you would not be long. You would not be playing this league long if you're going to be one. Like, I'm gonna give Ben Simmons this. He can pass.
Westbrook do not bring the ball up court and pass and sit in the dunker spot. The one thing I can say about Westbrook is he will pass, he will shoot, he will defend. Is he a great shooter? Maybe not. But one thing, don't question Westbrook's game. He can definitely score, he can definitely pass the ball, and he can defend.
Yep.
So
exactly.
Ben Simmons whenever Ben Simmons is on the floor, you're always going to be playing 4-on-5 basketball. I don't care who is on the floor, you're going to be playing 4-on-5 basketball.
Now, if he played another position, if he played the forward position, that would have worked better for him. If he played power forward. If he played power forward, that would have been work. That would have worked.
Now, Damian said Russell Westbrook. Let me just say something about this real quick. When Russell Westbrook came into the league, and he was playing at UCLA. Mind you, he played on the same team as Kevin Love in that good UCLA basketball team. Russell Westbrook came in averaging more than what Ben Simmons was averaging in college at LSU. That's one. Number two, look who has a better success rate in the NBA right now, Westbrook or Ben Simmons. It's Westbrook. Yeah, Westbrook is in a bad situation with the Lakers right now, but we're not going to forget what he did with that Oklahoma City team and how he's averaging, 27 points a game on the side of Kevin Durant, plus the triple-double that he was doing to contribute. He learned and adapt. Something that Vic 3 just said about Ben Simmons right before I left to go get some water. I said that he would never develop because he's so into his own head. I've been saying that. The thing about Westbrook in the situation with the Lakers is that I think Westbrook does not know his role with the Los Angeles Lakers. He knew his role in Houston. He knew his role when he was in Oklahoma City. And you've seen the success that he had with those both teams. And look how the lesser success he had.
Washington with Beal. Westbrook has to go to a team where he's not a third and fourth option.
You got LeBron James. You got Anthony Davis. You had Carmelo Anthony. You had those type of guys. Where does Russell Westbrook fit in? You know he's going to want the ball in his hands. Look at what he did with Washington and Beal. That was a good backcourt with him and Beal.
Right. I'm just comparing what Damien's saying with Westbrook and Ben Simmons. That's the comparison that I'm doing. One thing about Westbrook, he needs to adapt. Also, what he needs to adapt on is to slow down his game. That's the only thing that I say about Russell Westbrook. He needs to slow down his game.
Right. He needs to
24/7. Because when he gets a rebound and go on a fast break, he's very all over the place. He's not under control as a guard. That's what I can say about Russell Westbrook. Now Ben Simmons, he gets the rebound and he slowly brings the ball up and still be unsuccessful.
Yeah, so he don't push the pace.
He don't push the pace because he has the athleticism to go to the rack 90% of the time. He has. Don't get me wrong. We're not saying that Ben Simmons is a scrub athletically because he's not. He's just afraid to be athletically and score and go to the basket. He's afraid of that. Something Westbrook is not afraid of. Westbrook will go to the rack and throw your whole body in there and he'll miss a layup. He'll be like, where the foul at? Asking for the foul. Something that Ben Simmons will not do. That's the difference between Ben Simmons as a guard and Westbrook as a guard.
They was like, oh, Westbrook and Ben wouldn't work. I think that would work. You know why that would work? Because Russ will pass him the ball all the time. If let's just say the Lakers did trade Durant, Durant went to the Lakers and Westbrook went to the Nets. Ben Simmons will be dangerous. Because one, Kevin Durant's not there, and it's not a big body down low where he can dominate, where he's best at. Westbrook's going to find him all the time. Westbrook's going to find him.
I don't think it will work with Westbrook and Ben Simmons because of the fact that even though that Westbrook can kick it out to Ben Simmons at the 3, and Ben Simmons will pass the ball on a wide open 3. That's the problem with that. That's the problem with that.
If he just played the 4, it would have worked. If he plays the 4, that way you ain't got to worry about popping outside and shooting the ball. You ain't got to worry about that.
I was saying that when he was with the 76ers.
You got to worry about that. If he adjusts his game and played the 4 like
that. He play a 3/4.
Yep. You ain't got to worry about stepping outside and shooting. You can just play in the paint. He's a great defender. He got long arm. He's 6'10". And he can get rebounds.
6'10" with a 7'3" wingspan.
Yeah, I'll take that all day guarding somebody. Guarding a 4. And you can already guard the perimeter too. He'll be just as dangerous.
The thing about Ben Simmons, he can guard 1, 2, 3. And 1 through 5. And that's crazy.
Once he get the rebound, he can be good on fast break situations.
Absolutely.
Good on fast break situations. So if he just played the 4, he'll be fine. He'll just be fine. Just because he's playing point guard, it was going to make it hard. It's just going to make it hard.
Yeah, I always said Ben won the guard. I always said he won the guard.
He wasn't a guard at LSU. Oh, go ahead, kid. Go ahead.
Brett Brown tried to take the ball out of his hands. He would not. That's the thing. He don't want to adapt. Oh no, I want the ball. Well, guess what? You won't be playing point guard then. You won't be playing basketball because you're not a guard. I'm sorry.
And that's the problem. If you don't want, he wasn't sacrificing to move to another position for the team. That's what made Ben Simmons selfish.
Yep. That's part of the reason why Jimmy Butler left the team too, because he took the ball literally away from Jimmy Butler and started giving it to Ben Simmons more and kept it in Ben Simmons' hand. And Jimmy Butler literally said that on a JJ Redick interview. That's why he left. That's why he left. Went to Miami, and they let him walk. They let him go.
Vic, I agree with you 100% because me personally, it's a mental thing for Ben Simmons.
Yep.
It's a mental thing. And I'm gonna keep it straight buck with you. If he was under the right system, not under Brett Brown's system, I think Ben Simmons would be a totally different basketball player. And you see why he won it out
in summer league. When he first came in the Sixers in summer league,
he was dominating.
He was backing people down. He had a fadeaway shot. He was doing 3-pointers. What the hell happened? What happened?
That's what happens when you have a Brett Brown as coaching that babied you, and that's what Brett Brown was. He babied him, and you see that when we got Doc Rivers, he got the hell out and died because he didn't want that discipline. He did not want it.
Yeah.
I think he could play. I think he can play the 3 or the 4, but it's a mental thing.
Definitely.
It's a mental thing, and he's a spoiled brat.
I think
Simple
the
as that.
floor would be perfect for him because he ain't got to worry about playing on shooting on the perimeter. He got to worry about just standing. He can just focus just being on being a paint, just being a paint player. He's 6'10". You can play small ball lineup with him and even play him at the 5 at some time. He's big enough and tall enough to guard him and athletic enough to guard those 4 and 5. So as long as he's not on the perimeter, he'll be fine. And then when he get the rebound, he can dribble. He can already pass. He can already pass because he averaged 7 assists a game, and he's going to even be dangerous on fast break situations. You just don't need the ball in his hands in a half court situation on a perimeter. That's it. You just don't need that because it's going to stall the offense out.
And the whole simple fact is, I don't think Maury's done. I don't know if he's done. I don't know if they trying to still get Ben Gordon again, make this whole team the Philadelphia Rockets. I don't know if he's trying to get Gordon, but I feel like he's not done. There's still some people out there who he can get for a bench. Markieff Morris is another guy. Bring his ass home. Maury called him. He wants to come back. He wants to play for a Sixers. He's a Philly native. He went to my school.
He went to Simon Grant's high school. I actually went to high school with both of the Morris brothers.
So it's just like, bring his ass home. He wants to play for the Sixers. Call him. He can come off the bench. He can give a spark. Just call him. But
it'd be better than what we have on our bench at this moment. I mean, I can say we improved our bench, getting Daniel House, and I don't know why we got Milton. PJ Tucker, but he's going to be a starter. But I'm just saying, we got the overpaid $33 million man.
I didn't just tell $30 million. Y'all played the 33.
But I mean, we got James Harden back on a 2-year deal, so it's gonna be really interesting to see what the Sixers do. But I definitely still think that we got Daniel House. We got another guy. I forgot his name. Key
Milton. DeAnthony Milton.
DeAnthony Milton, but there's another guy that we got in free agency. I forgot his name. I don't know. It was another guy. Yes, we did.
He's a two-way player that used to play in the G League. He don't count.
Well, he signed with the Sixers. He's going to be on the bench.
Well, that's if he's going to be in the G League. He's not going to be on the bench.
Okay, we'll see.
So he got signed to a two-way deal. So I still, feel like maybe there's still, some good quality.
That's what I'm looking forward to.
Hey, I got a question to ask y'all. I want y'all to answer. For right now, like, if y'all don't make any moves going to Freddie, I think y'all gonna make another move because that's what Daryl Morey did. He's gonna make another move. I guarantee you, whether it's through trade or whether it's through something free agency or.
I wouldn't be shocked if he traded to Tobias somehow. I would not be shocked.
If the team stands the way it is, do y'all think y'all better than Miami, Boston, Milwaukee? Do y'all think y'all can stand out against those teams? To be honest.
Hell no. I'm sorry.
I think we can. Only thing I could say, the reason why I say out of all those teams, we could stand with Milwaukee because if you take one of the 2 stars off the team, that team ain't shit. Let's just keep it a buck. If you don't got Giannis on the floor, Chris Middleton can't play without Giannis. If Chris Middleton on the floor, Giannis going to get his number, but what the rest of the team can do. That's the difference between the Philadelphia 76ers and the Milwaukee Bucks. Milwaukee lost some good players in this free agency. Yeah, they drafted well, but Giannis is a one-man band. What's the rest of the other 4 is going to do? I'm just keeping it real. Now, if Embiid didn't play, we still got a scorer in James Harden. Even though he doesn't shoot very well lately because his legs getting under him, but he can definitely give you 15 to 20 points without Embiid. He could definitely do that. So I think we can win. I think we can win. What makes the Bucks so good is just Giannis Antetokounmpo. Y'all can say what y'all want about Chris Middleton, but I do not like Chris Middleton's game. I don't. I think it's boring. I think it's slow. I don't think he's a good 3-point shooter. Yes, but I'm not a big fan of him. I don't think he should have been an all-star last year. That's my opinion. And he's only as good as Giannis. If he goes somewhere else he can't be a number 1 on another team. I just can't. I don't see it.
I mean, it's a lot of things that make that team dangerous. It ain't just Giannis himself. Giannis is the focal
point. Who else is if you take Giannis off that basketball team right now, who can give you what Giannis can give you? Okay, but you
can say that about any other team. If you take Joel Embiid off the Sixers, how good is the Sixers? So, like I
Yeah,
said,
they
I
is
can't
too.
We
use
have
that
one
narrative,
games
though.
and we
I
have
can't
one
use that
game without
narrative.
Joel Embiid.
But the problem of the narrative is if you can take a player, if you take everybody else, if you take every star off a team, the team is not going to be that good. I'm saying with Giannis is on the team, so it's not taking him off the team. That's the problem.
No, I'm saying if you, I'm not saying that, Dante. What I'm saying is that if Giannis is off this team, right? If he's off this team for like one game, and Chris Middleton is the guy, you cannot rely on him without Giannis.
Yeah,
That's
you
what I'm
can't.
saying.
Yeah,
That's the
but the
difference
problem.
between James Harden and Chris Middleton. You can still get 20 and something with James Harden, where you barely can't do that with Chris Middleton.
This is what the
20
question
Middleton.
is. You saying taking Giannis off the team? He's not off the team though. Like you can do that with every team's best player. You can use the same narrative. Like you can take Joel. Let's say you can take Joel Embiid off the Sixers. How far can the Sixers go? Can they be a?
We can still be a second round team. We still can be a second round team.
Joel Embiid, I don't think y'all can be a second round team.
I think we can.
I don't think y'all really could. Joel Embiid.
I think our supporting
You see how we
cast,
struggle
our
with
supporting
Embiid wasn't
cast.
there.
What
The
I'm saying
Miami
is
series.
our supporting cast is better than Milwaukee Bucks supporting cast. Grayson Allen is overrated. Get him the hell out of here. Lopez, he's an overrated center. Get him the hell out of here, please. Bobby Portis, that's probably their best six man that they have.
So you really think y'all a second round team without Joel Embiid? The way
It's a possibility that we can. It's a possibility that we can.
But y'all, the Sixers
hold up. We was a second round
playoff
playoff team before we got Joel Embiid. So what are we saying before we drafted him?
Before when Joel Embiid came, I think y'all got the organization got better when Joel Embiid played. They went up another level. But I'm just saying with Giannis on the team, that's what I'm saying. I'm not banking on him being out unless he's getting hurt. If he's hurt,
he wasn't appreciated.
They can beat him. If he's hurt, the Sixers can beat him.
I think this Bucks team is overrated when it comes to their supporting cast. Their supporting cast, there's no next man up in Milwaukee. It's not.
Bobby Portis is very good. I mean, Middleton can put you 20 points on the game, regardless if he's overrated to anybody or not. He still can score, no matter how it is. I mean, again, yes, the team is predicated around Giannis, and Giannis is the difference maker.
Right now, the Sixers can beat the Bucks.
I mean, they probably could. They probably could. But like I say, hey, the Bucks can also beat the Sixers. It can go both ways.
You saw what happened in the Miami series when Embiid wasn't there. We went down 2-0. Embiid came back. We tied the series up. So Embiid is definitely a difference maker.
Yeah, he's definitely a difference maker, but I just feel like our supporting cast right now is better than what Milwaukee. If you take Giannis off the bench, if Giannis is on the bench right now, you have no other supporting cast to rely on to while Giannis is sitting on the bench. Giannis got to play the whole damn game. That's the difference between Joel Embiid and Giannis. You can still get points out of players when Giannis is on the bench. Something that Milwaukee can't do.
Same thing with Joel Embiid. Take him away from the equation. Can James Harden win you something? Win you a series? Can he win you a 7-game series without Joel Embiid? Can he win you a 7-game series?
We already know what James Harden's history as. I'm just saying in a game in general. I'm not just talking strictly playoffs. I'm saying in a game in general.
In a game in general, yes. Same thing. Game in general. I think the Bucks can win a game in general. I think the Bucks can
I don't think the Bucks will get back to the final.
Without Joel Embiid, I think the Sixers can win your game. Without one game, I think they can get you one game.
No, it's been times where when Joel got hurt, I think when he had COVID, we won.
Yeah, they were able to win games in one time.
When he had COVID, what was our seeding at the time when he had COVID? We was like, what, top 2, top 3 without Embiid when he had COVID?
Yeah, but I mean, everybody can win. It's going to be some games that everybody win without their best player. But are they actually great without their best player? I don't think.
I just think the Bucks is an overrated basketball team. They just overrated to me.
I feel like this depends on if Harden plays well or not. That's the thing. Harden plays well, we're winning. With or without Embiid.
Yeah, if he plays, I definitely agree with you 1,000%. If Harden, it can go back to the old Harden, you got a definitely a good shot without Joel Embiid. You got a definitely good shot. But right now, the way the referees spiked everything up for him not getting the same calls and it's explosive, him being out of shape and stuff like that. And again, I don't just think without a Joel Embiid, Harden can take you there anymore. I just don't think he's that player, that type of. He still get you 20 points a game. He still gets you 20 and 10, but I just don't think he's that same 30-point per game scorer. But with a Joel Embiid, it makes everything just as much easier for Harden as well. If you got Tyrese Maxey emerging too, it makes everything just that much easier.
And that's my another thing too. I don't think Milwaukee has a great point guard. I don't think they have good point guards. I don't think they have a point guard that's better than Maxey on their roster, in my opinion. Point guard.
I mean, I can make a case for Drew Holiday. I could do that.
I mean,
Yeah, that's that. We can all agree across the
we
board.
all know that Drew Holiday right now is the best defender when it comes to the perimeter. Is a best defender. That's what Drew Holiday always been known for, was his defense. Yes, he gives you a solid 15, 16 points a game, but I think when it comes to explosiveness and a fast break, I think Maxey is better than him right now. Just in that aspect, not overall game, just in that aspect. When it comes to speed, it comes to fast breaks, I think Maxey's a little bit better than him in that aspect. But Drew Holiday is a solid player.
Yeah, I mean, in that aspect, you may got a case, but better overall point guard, I'm going to take Drew Holiday all day long over there. But Maxey's going to be good, though. He's going to be a stud. He's going to be a superstar in the season.
Here comes this Bull fan and Damian Embiid is a crybaby. Embiid is better than any big man you have on your goddamn roster. We're not.
Hey, Damian, get out the first round.
We can't even talk about the Chicago Bulls.
Get out the first round
because they got swept. We can't even talk
about Damian.
He can say whatever he want. Yeah, I understand y'all got Levine back and all that crap, but at the end of the day, you got to get past the first round. Then me, Ken, Dante just look over this on Fadeaway Podcast, and we just expose how many times the Bulls has been in the playoffs and didn't make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. How many times do we have to? Child.
Damian. Even with Andre Drummond, even with Zach LaVine, even with DeMar DeRozan, you're not better than the Sixers. You're not better than Boston. You're not better than Milwaukee. You're not even better than Miami. So stop it, Damian. Get out the first round.
And as a Sixers fan, I'm more worried about Miami and Boston than I'll be about Milwaukee.
Oh my God!
But they still better. Milwaukee's still better than Chicago. They still better than Chicago.
They still better than Chicago.
They still better than Chicago.
Any team that's in the playoffs.
They do have a solid Andre Drummond now. Andre Drummond is a solid big man.
Yeah, he's a solid big man.
So I think that's what they would have been missing. But if Lonzo Ball ain't on that floor, the Bulls are done. If they want, I mean, Alex Caruso's a good guard. Don't get me wrong, but Lonzo is the spark of that Bulls offense. Sorry to say, sorry but not sorry.
Well, here comes Slade with his Lakers talk.
Ain't really much to talk about with the Lakers at this point. They keeping the same thing. The AARP of the NBA.
On the championship, whenever it told us we needed it in 2020, this man, Damian's Bulls, say the same thing. Every year we have the talent, and then they actually do it and get out the first.
Facts.
They get booted out the first round. Y'all get embarrassed.
And Damian can't say nothing about the Sixers anyway because we swept them in the regular season. Goodbye.
Yep. Y'all got embarrassed in the playoffs. Like every good team y'all literally played this year with the DeMar DeRozan, y'all got embarrassed. Y'all got showed up on the floor.
Literally, the only reason why they had a winning record was because they beat all the bad teams.
That was it. That was it. They couldn't be no.
They just beat all the bad teams.
Couldn't be no elite teams. They couldn't be nobody that was elite. That was it. Y'all just won against weak teams. Y'all just won against not so good squads. Y'all couldn't be.
I love you, but Damian is making me talk bad about your Bulls. I'm sorry.
Damian always brings it out.
I understand that y'all was injured, but y'all was not injured in the playoffs. Sorry to say.
I was not. Don't stop using this.
The only person that was injured in the playoffs was Lonzo.
Damian, y'all was healthy when the Rockets beat y'all, wasn't y'all? Y'all was healthy when we beat y'all, wasn't y'all? Y'all had y'all roster. And guess what? Jalen Green got put out the game. He got hurt early in the first quarter in that game. So y'all was healthy when we beat y'all, right?
That's a shame.
And what makes me laugh about Coach Dante asking that question, weren't the Rockets a terrible team too?
Yeah, we were a bad basketball team.
Listen, Dante already know this already.
I already know it. We're a bad basketball team. We're a bad basketball team. But we beat Chicago.
He's saying the same thing when they...
Yep.
Listen. It always stems to the head coach. The head coach, the coaching's terrible. Come on.
I mean, Billy Donovan is okay of a coach, but I mean, what's killing the Bulls right now, their second unit. That's what's killing the
You
Bulls.
making excuses. You making excuses because y'all were injured. We was on a 7 goddamn game winning streak, and we was hurt without Kevin Porter Jr. and Jalen Green. We was hurt, and we went on a 7-game winning streak. And you making excuses about a damn injury. When you still had DeMar DeRozan on the floor and Zach LaVine on the floor. You still had your main 2 studs on the floor.
Facts.
And you
Two of
still
the big
So
three.
the $1 million question is: would you trade the Wells Fargo Center, the house, the car, the kids, and the dog for Kevin Durant?
I would trade the Wells Fargo Center, the city of Philadelphia, the goddamn street, goddamn Broad Street. I would trade Broad Street. I'd trade Broad Street.
That means Tyrese Maxey would have to be in that deal. So you mean, will you give up your future for one guy?
I won't.
I can't. I'm sorry. I can't.
I'm not doing it.
I can't do it.
If Maxey's included, nah.
I love Kevin Durant. I think he's one of the.
Have to be in the deal because that's the main asset they're gonna ask for. They're gonna.
It would have been Matisse. It would have been Matisse. It would have been Harris and Maxey and 99 draft pick and 99 first round picks for one guy.
Here's the problem that I have with this. You're gonna trade your future in Maxey and those draft picks. The only people that I really don't care about leaving is Matisse and Tobias. But Maxey, no. The draft picks, no.
That's what I'm saying. Maxey will be in that
Maxey
deal.
Maxey's
going to be in that deal. I'm telling you, half of our team's going to be in that deal plus five first round draft picks.
Maxey will be the main asset that they want. That he will be the number one asset that they want. You're gonna have to really give him up for Kevin Durant. So that means your bench is gonna be shortened. You is getting Kevin Durant. Yes, you is getting Kevin Durant. But then again, you don't need a lot of people that need the ball too. That's gonna mess with the locker room, mess with Joel Embiid. That's definitely gonna mess with James Harden the way he is. You don't need that on your team. You good where you at. You just need to get a few more bench pieces, and I think y'all can be fine. I think the Sixers will be fine.
The only thing I would do to that starting lineup is get a better 4 and 5. Keep Maxey. Right.
We already got the 5, and B's the 5. So we need a backup 5.
Yeah, we need a backup 5, and we need to get rid of Tobias and Matisse. Pretty much that's all we have to do to that starting lineup, bench, whatever.
Yeah, Tobias still got 2 years. He's still got 2 years.
David, what about DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine? What about DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine? They were still on the floor, wasn't they? Zach LaVine was hurt some game. Most of the season, he did have them. So what about DeMar DeRozan?
We're not even talking about the Chicago Bulls. They're irrelevant until they actually get past the first round. Enough said.
Yeah, throw that take in the bin already. Throw it out.
Until they get past the first round, Damian can't say nothing about us.
I would rather trade for Donovan Mitchell. Honestly, yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you here when it comes to Kevin Durant, right? Kevin Durant, he is a generational talent. I do not take that nothing from him. I've been watching him since he was at Texas, and that guy was a shooter coming out of college. Sorry to say. But when it comes to loyalty to a basketball team, and when things go wrong in an organization and he don't want to support his own organization that he signs with, I don't want that type of player on my basketball team. To rip a team apart. There's no way that you go to the Brooklyn Nets and see after you left the Warriors and signed a 4-year deal, and 2 years later you went out of Brooklyn. No, I don't want the type of player like that. Then you want to give up your whole roster for one player that's not even guaranteed to give you a championship. And me personally, I don't think KD can come to Philly and give us a championship, because he's going to come here and what do we have around him? Absolutely nothing. Yes, you have Embiid, but you're going to trade everybody. You're going to have Harden. Yep. Who's the supporting cast? Who's the other players?
Mm-hmm.
Only one basketball on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to work. So any Sixers fans that's looking at this, get your head out of the goddamn clouds, because Kevin Durant will not come to Philadelphia. If he's traded to Philadelphia and we lose Maxey in that deal, I'm going to lose it as a Sixers fan.
And y'all want to know another thing too. If Kevin Durant called out Harden as soon as he came to Brooklyn about his weight issues and him being out of shape, why would you want that again? to go down. Something that tampered with the locker room. And ever since then, they have not liked it each other. They have not responded to each other. Harden did not like the way Kevin Durant called him out because he was out of shape. So and Harden got upset because Kevin Durant got hurt, Kyrie wasn't already playing games. Why would you want that back a part of the team? Why would you even want to consider that back a part of the team? Don't do that. Don't mortgage your whole future over that on something that would not work again and will fail again. All of a sudden, you got to go back to square one. You got to go back to square one and stuff like that. You don't want to put Joel Embiid, that great of a player in that position like that. You don't want to put him in a toxic environment. You don't want him a part of that part.
Right, just like you said, who else is in the rotation and stuff? We won't, like, you just don't give up the house for one guy. Look what happened with the Lakers. They gave up the house for AD.
And look how that turned out. The Pelicans made it to the playoffs and the Lakers didn't.
Yep.
Look at that. Exactly. I don't want to be like the Lakers, man. I really don't. When it comes to this. Just to let you know, Sabrina from the New York Liberty wins the skills challenge at the WBA.
That girl's good, man.
Oh, she's a dog. She's freaking awesome.
Dog, man. That girl's fucking good.
She's freaking awesome, man.
That girl's good, dude.
The Lakers won a championship, and I think that's what Max is talking about. The Lakers won a championship, yes, but if you look at that team from this year and that championship team, there's no difference. But they won a championship in the recent years, but we going off based off last year. They still gave up the house for AD. The Lakers still gave up the house for AD, and now all those players. Well, Kyle Kuzma had a career year this year in Washington. Brandon Ingram had one of the best years of his career with the Pelicans, and especially when they brought CJ McCollum over, that made them even better without Zion. They were talking without Zion, they number one overall pick.
Hell, even Lonzo's blossoming elsewhere.
Don't get me wrong, they won. I've seen people want to talk about that championship in the bubble. I'm gonna keep my. I'm not gonna even say what I want to say about that bubble championship. I'm not gonna say it because I don't think if that bubble would never happen, I don't think the Lakers would have won it. That's just me. I don't think the Lakers would have won it.
Is very underrated. Yep.
Yeah, Brandon Ingram.
Just imagine if the Lakers did not trade.
People can say what they want.
Trade away Brandon Ingram.
I think Brandon Ingram don't get as much respect because it's the New Orleans Pelicans. That's why I say it. But
they don't win very much.
I got a bold prediction right now, and I'm not even a bold prediction. This is a bold take. I think Brandon Ingram's a top 10 player in this league. Damn near close to top 5 because of his numbers. I'm sorry to say. He's just on a Pelicans team that doesn't get the recognition.
Yep.
But if Zion comes back and is healthy, that big three is going to be crazy. And I already gave my bold prediction. I said the Pelicans will be number 8, the AFC going in.
They might be better than that in the Western Conference. They might be better than that. You never know. That's one thing that you know about the Western Conference is like you just don't know. We all know the Golden State Warriors is going to be the number 1 team in the West. We already know that. Now, since the way the Suns has made moves in the way that everybody in the West is making moves now, from 2 to 8 is open. 2 to 8 is open, in my opinion. Memphis still up there, but where Memphis is going to be ranked at? Where's the Suns going to be ranked at now? Because they still got to get rid of DeAndre Ayton. Where is the Pelicans going to rank? Where are the Trailblazers going to rank now? Knowing they got Jeremy Grant over there, they forced some players over there for Damian, and Damian, signed his extension. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of questions to be known about that Western Conference now.
Son's overrated.
I said almost top 5. I didn't say he was top 5. I said he's almost top 5. Max. Almost. He's getting there if he keeps evolving into what he was. If he keeps going the way he went last year. Yep. I think he can be a top 5 player, but he's definitely a top 10 player. Top 10.
So I mean, I definitely think Daryl Morey isn't done. Let's hope and pray he ain't done because I still think the Sixers still need some more work. Don't know the numbers of James Harden's contract though. If he's only doing 2 years and taking a $15 million cut as well.
I thought
So they
Shams put it
actually-
out there I thought Shams put it out there yesterday.
They didn't actually put out the number. They didn't put out the
I
number.
swore they did on Bleacher Report, if I'm not mistaken.
Just switch gears. Going to talk about the Phillies for a little bit. I know the Bryce Harper. He did get into the. He got voted into the All-Star as a DH. I know he's hurt and he won't be able to play, but still he get denied. He'll be back this season still. I think he got the stitches or something out of his thumb already, so he's going to hopefully be back in the outfield. But here's the thing, Tyler. My question to you is: if Harper's healthy, that elbow, thumb, and all, do you leave him at DH or put him back in the outfield?
Honestly, to start off, I would have him DH as a precaution, and then slowly wean my way, like probably later in the season. And if we do make it into the playoffs, put him at right field again.
Right. So I will have Udugu take his ass out. I will put Verlin in center field, have Castellanos play left field. Hell, put Harper back in his spot and have Schwarber DH.
Okay.
I just got a question.
I would have that
for
too
Harper,
because Schwarber's like
how bad
like,
is that injury
Bryce Harper?
for Bryce Harper? How bad is that?
He's gonna have to have surgery. He's gonna have to have surgery on his thumb.
He already had the surgery. He
already had surgery. Oh yeah, he had
surgery.
surgery on his thumb. He's gonna be
stitches or the pins or whatever in his thumb. He's gonna be back this season.
Yeah, he's gonna be out for what, like 6 weeks, I think.
Like towards the end, he'll be back.
Yeah, he'll be back. But yeah, I would literally just slowly bring him back to right field later into the season, come playoff time, if we make the playoffs. But right now, I'm glad he got that All-Star nod, but sucks he's not going to play. But I'm just glad he's going to be coming back.
Right.
Before the season's over.
So Max asks, is Brandon Ingram better than those guys he named?
I think the only he's not better than any of those guys, but he's definitely in the same conversation with those guys.
Yeah, he can play. He can play ball. I mean,
you could definitely put Brandon Ingram in those names with those guys.
Yep, you can.
The only reason, and me and Dante had this talk about Jason Tatum. We had this talk. Like, it was in the finals. It was Jason Tatum's time to get to that level of elite.
Mm-hmm.
So, but me personally, like I could swap. I mean, you can still swap out people, but I mean, everybody's top 10 is different.
Yeah.
I just think because if you look at those teams that those players is on, they all get noticed. All those teams get noticed. Nobody talks about the New Orleans Pelicans and what they did in the playoffs this past year. Nobody talks about that and how he was averaging damn near 30 a game, damn near. Where a lot of those players that you named wasn't even averaging that.
Exactly.
I'm just saying.
I mean, Brandon Ingram is a very good player. He's a star on the rise, but I got him. If I was to vote him, I'm gonna vote him as a top 15 to 20 player. I wouldn't put him over those guys.
I think he could be a top 10 player. I think he's not a top 10 player because of the teams that's the teams that the elite the teams that he's on. I think if he was doing this on a Brooklyn Nets, that people would say, "Oh, he's a top 10 player," or he was doing this on the Milwaukee Bucks or Sixers. He's a top 10 player. I just think it's not the player, it's the team that doesn't give him the notoriety of what he does with his talent. That's just me. But
yeah, I mean, like I said, everybody criteria is different, but
right.
Yeah, everybody criteria is different from each other criteria, you know. But I mean, again, he got all the tools to be a top 10 player, but I just think all of those players that Max said is just, pop better than Brandon Ingram at this point in time.
So I have a question for Max and everybody on the panel, right?
Yeah.
If Jason Tatum was on the Pelicans and Brandon Ingram was on Boston, would we be saying the same thing?
Yeah, you could say the same thing about the game.
Ingram would still not be a top 10 player.
I think they can still average 20 to 25. I think they still. I don't think it's the best
as far as the
way
notoriety.
I mean, I think everybody game is noticed. I think everybody game is noticed. I don't think it's the notoriety of
I really have to go with. I have to really go with Spotlight here because a lot of bad teams have good players that don't get noticed.
Thank you.
I mean, like I say again, Devin Booker was definitely a top 10 player, even when the Phoenix Suns wasn't really
How many
winning.
years
And
he been
got
snubbed?
snubbed.
He was snubbed so many damn times,
How
though.
many years he been snubbed from the All-Star game?
Yes, he been snubbed a lot of times. Damian Lillard been snubbed a lot of times, and he was noticed. He was put on notice. He been snubbed a lot of times in the All-Star game.
But he plays in Portland. Of course he's going to get snubbed. He plays in
still
Portland.
noticed in
Nothing
that
happens in
small market.
Portland.
He's still noticed in the small market, though. He does plays in Portland, but he's still noticed in the small. Portland is a very small market, and he's still
So
still
it's the Phoenix Suns.
I don't think just by him being in New Orleans is not the reason why he's not a top 10 player. It's just Tatum and all of them guys, LeBron, they're just better players than he actually is. I mean, again, he's a very talented player. He's a good player, and he's got better in New Orleans. It's just just by us, that list right there, just too many great players to.
Thank you, Vic. Ingram might be a product of being a big fish in a small pond. Facts.
That's what it is.
I feel like Jason Tatum was on the Pelicans. His notoriety would not be up there. I'm being completely honest because of the team.
And a lot of players are like that. They're big fishes in small ponds.
And nobody talks about how great De'Aaron Fox is, but he plays on a trash ass Sacramento Kings team.
I mean, De'Aaron Fox averaged 25 points a game, but nobody would not put him up. You put him in that top 10 scenario. I'm not even
talking about the top 10 anymore. I'm just saying in general.
No one really talks about him on
get talked about.
If you're watching
your game, it's not thought about. That don't mean as a player your game is not thought about though.
But here's the thing.
NBA only recognizes the star players that's on big teams. That's what I'm saying.
Here's the thing, Coach.
We're not putting him ahead of Tatum, Max. What we're saying is that if Tatum was on the New Orleans Pelicans, he would not have the same notoriety as he was if he was on Boston. That's all I'm saying.
If he was on any other team too, can you think he can? Like if he was on the Sixers right now, you think he can still put up 25 a game, at least 25 a game with the Joel Embiid? He's going to get more notoriety, but I don't think the notoriety plays a big part. I just think those guys are just better players. Better players. I don't think
Come on, man. Here's the thing.
I'm sorry to say, if Luka was not on Dallas, we wouldn't even know who the hell Luka Doncic is.
God, don't go now. I'm
just being real.
Literally, that's what's happening.
I'm being real.
Do you hear De'Aaron Fox's name on ESPN? Do you hear? Come on,
it is a small market. I don't think just because he's just not getting noticed. He was an All-Star this year. He was an All-Star this year. He was a part of the All-Star team.
Okay.
Sure, he got picked by the league, but do you hear?
I mean, but he still was an All-Star though, so that means his game was taken consideration. So
by the league. We're talking. But here's the thing.
It's just
my
opinion.
No, I mean, I respect it.
Like Jason Tatum would not be the star. I didn't feel like Jason Tatum would not be the star that he is if he was with the Pelicans. I'm sorry.
Here's the problem. It's not the league just nubbing players and stuff like that, or picking players from bad teams to be in the All-Star game. It's the media.
Yes.
The media does not cover bad teams. A lot of the good players don't get covered.
He was in whole All-Star, so how they did not notice him if he wasn't
you know why he was an All-Star? Because the fans voted. That's the problem with these promos, because the fans vote.
It's
fan vote. It's fan vote, Dante. It's fan vote. It's not the media.
When you were reserved, the players vote. When you were reserved, now the players vote. The fans.
The players vote. Yes, the players vote. The media doesn't vote.
So the media doesn't vote. He was picked by the players.
The media doesn't vote though.
But he was
the media. That's the
players.
Oh my God, dude!
I don't know. I mean, who cares about the media? That's true. But at the end of the day, this is how these All-Stars and Pro Bowls get voted. This is how they get voted. The media have some type of portion in these votes. They have a small portion.
But
a sliver of
captains now that pick their own team. So the fan votes is not so much in it no more.
It does. It matters who. It matters. See, the fans still vote of who's going to go to the All-Star game, but we don't know who's going to be the starters and who's going to be the reserves because they made it the voting a little bit different now. You have Team LeBron versus Team Durant, and then all those players that those two players have to pick from when it comes to ballot voting from the fans. So Team LeBron and Team Durant just can't pick anybody. They go off how many votes those players was voted on to get to the All-Star game. The coaches do the starters, but at the end of the day, when it comes to fan voting to pick who's Team LeBron or Team Durant, it goes on how many votes that each player got. That's how they break that.
That's how Wiggins got in.
Exactly. That's how Wiggins got in because how the fans voted. People disagree with that. A lot of I kind of disagree. It kind of shocked me.
Remember, Klay Thompson had a lot of votes, and Klay wasn't even playing that year. I'm like, Klay not even here.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's fans voting at the end of
the day. Here's the thing. Nobody, and I'm going to go with Dante or go with Spotlight with the whole exposure thing and, them getting subbed because of exposure. Look at Andrew Wiggins. We did not hear anything about Andrew Wiggins until he won a championship with the Warriors. Let's get real.
Sure about that?
I mean, he was always a talent. He was always a talent, but I don't think he's better than Brandon Ingram as far as talent wise. But he's always a talent.
He's a good talent. He's not better than anybody on that list. Brandon Ingram, but he was notified. He just got even better.
He was not notified, dude. He was stuck in with the Warriors. But Andrew Wiggins, hold on. Andrew Wiggins was stuck in Minnesota. Did you hear a lot about him? People were calling him a bust.
In Minnesota, he averaged over 20 points a game. How you start?
Yeah, but he didn't get the notoriety that he was averaging 20 points a game.
People were labeling him. Dude, people were labeling him a.
He didn't get the notoriety, but he
Dante. They were labeling Dante. Yo, dude. They were labeling
in his position is better than him, though. Look how many
they were labeling him a bust. He was far from a bust.
I think, what Tyler's trying to say is that it should be equal notoriety in the NBA. That's all we're saying.
But look how many.
There's no way I'm going out there busting my ass every night not to be notarized. Sorry, I'm not doing it.
That's the thing. That's the thing, Dante. They're not getting. Yes, he was. Yes, Dante. Hold on.
It's like going to a job and you're busting your ass from a 9 to 5 and you're not getting notarized because your fucking supervisor didn't do shit and he gets all the credit. No.
That's the thing that you're not getting, Dante.
No, I'm getting it, but I'm
that's why I'm saying hold on, dude. Hold on. That's why I'm saying players like Andrew Wiggins, players like Brandon Ingram are getting overlooked because of the teams they're on. Andrew Wiggins in Minnesota, like I said, he was being labeled as a bust by many fans because he was not getting notoriety.
But again, how many players at the small forward position is better than Andrew Wiggins?
Oh, come on.
That plays a role.
Come on.
That plays a role.
No one cares about who is better.
It's not about being better than the next person. All we're saying is that we see these same players get talked about over and over and over again. And it's us that is us as content creators and know the game of basketball. We have to go out our way to make sure these guys get notified or get noticed in some situations, but they and I understand you do it for the millions, but you wasn't making millions when you was in the gym in the off season. You wasn't making millions when you was in college. You wasn't making millions in high school to get to make those millions. It's all about the hard work. You got to put in the work to make the millions first. Yeah, you do it for the millions. Yeah, that's true. But you making millions and you're not getting notarized, what the fuck are you in it for?
I mean, he's notarized since he came out of Kansas. He was notarized since he came out of Kansas.
But he went to a bad team and everybody fucking forgot about him.
Everybody was labeling him a bust, dude. Everybody, because he went to a bad team and he was not getting the
those players that was supporting him in the Western Conference.
Oh my god!
Yeah, but now you get to be called a bust because it's players that's better than him. That's bullshit.
He's not a bust. I always said he's not a bust.
Everybody, literally every fan was labeling him a bust.
That's what I'm saying. They was calling him a bust because he played in Minnesota.
Because he was playing in Minnesota, he averaged 22 points a game. He was far from a bust. Who
knew that though?
He's far from a bust.
Averaging 22 points.
Yeah, who the hell knew that? Every fan, Dante, was calling him a bust because ESPN wasn't talking about him. Fox Sports wasn't talking about him.
Shit, when Jimmy Butler was in Minnesota, nobody was talking about him either.
Yeah, exactly.
He didn't make an All-Star game when he was in Minnesota.
Exactly.
Jimmy Butler was the reason why that team actually was in the playoffs. Actually, was one of the reasons why the team got.
Which is true, but Jimmy Butler didn't make an All-Star game as a Minnesota Timberwolf. He got
why did the team fall apart? Because of Jimmy Butler. He was the team fell apart because of Jimmy Butler. Each and every year when Andrew Wiggins was on the team, Minnesota couldn't even make a playoffs. Couldn't even make a playoff push.
He was a young player then, dude. Oh my God. One player does not make a freaking playoff team, dude. One player.
That happens for 4 straight years. 4 straight years.
That's because of management. That's because of goddamn management, Dante.
Jimmy Butler finally come in, and they all of a sudden a playoff team in 15 years.
Cat is in Minnesota. We talk about him. Anthony Edwards in Minnesota because they made the playoffs.
Anthony Edwards in Minnesota makes a difference for the team. Makes a difference for Minnesota. That's why they're gonna build. That's why he's the future of Minnesota. All of a sudden he comes in, they're a playoff team.
Have you not considered that they drafted good role players to build around Cat? Have you not considered even that? You think you're going with you were going with that freaking narrative that one player makes or breaks the team.
No, one player doesn't make it. Jimmy Butler made a difference for Minnesota.
But he had good role players.
He did have good role players
around him.
What happened to after he left? What happened after he left? What happened to the team after he left?
They blew up the damn team because he left.
All right, how long it took him to get back to the playoffs after he left?
Oh my God!
There you
go with the narrative, man.
How many years LeBron have not made it to the playoffs as a Laker?
LeBron, 2 years, I believe.
I think it's
so technically it's not one. So technically it's not one player can take you to a playoffs if you have not been in the playoffs the last 2 years.
Exactly. And you're going with the narrative. Oh, one player makes it.
KD almost got swept this past year with the Nets.
They won a championship.
Oh my God!
They won a championship soon as he came to LA. Though they won a championship though.
That championship is a fucking fluke. We all know that.
Dude, but here's the thing though. If you look at, hold on, Dante. Hold on, Dante. Look at when they won the championship.
That Lakers championship was a fucking
fluke. If the
fluke.
Sixers would have won it, would that be a fluke?
Hold on, Dante. The reason why the Lakers won that championship, they had LeBron and a bunch of good young players around him. It wasn't just him, Dante. And he had AD with him.
Okay, can answer this question. What was the Lakers before LeBron came? What was the Lakers? Were they a playoff team?
Dude,
it doesn't matter what they were before LeBron James.
Also, when LeBron came, guess what they were?
We all knew that he was going to go to Lakers after he won a championship with the Cavaliers.
But what were they
going in? Like that's obvious.
But what were they? What were they, Dante? When LeBron came in,
how bad the Lakers is, Tyler. It doesn't matter how bad the Lakers are. They still be more relevant than a playoff team. That's the
exactly because
they're
the Lakers. They're the Lakers. Exactly.
The Lakers would get more television time than any other good team out there. That's how bad it is with the NBA. The Lakers is the NBA. Simple as that. They don't have to have no stars. The Lakers don't have to have no star. If LeBron leaves the Lakers right now, the Lakers will have more primetime games than any team in the NBA.
And I have to agree with that because they're
right now they won't even be a playoff team.
It doesn't matter, but they'll get more primetime games and more primetime television.
Do you know what a
bad team in the league?
Dante. They were a 30-win team this year. Do you know how much coverage they got on ESPN after the damn season?
They were 30-win team. Everybody agreed that team wasn't going to even work out.
It was the most talked about team.
But they're still getting notarized. They're still getting notarized as a bad team.
It was the most bad they were. Everybody knew that situation was going to work. But again, he still let the
how many games
to a championship?
Dante, how many games that you and Eric did this year that was prime time?
You say who?
How many games that you and Eric do that was prime time with the Lakers and how bad they were?
He did a bunch of games. That was
exactly. That tells you about the NBA.
And they still get notarized by the media outlets, even though they're a 30-win team and they're trash.
Even when LeBron James goes to Houston, I don't think Houston's still a playoff team. You still got to put more around LeBron James. LeBron James needs an all-star team to win championships.
Also, because if you like I said before we were talking about the Lakers, when LeBron first got to the Lakers, they were still a 30-win team when he was there. for that first year.
Yep, and he got
That man's
injured.
built
He got
around him.
injured. He got
So
injured,
no,
and the
Dante.
team fell
So
apart.
no, Dante.
He got
You don't
injured,
just need
and the
one
team
player to
fell
make the
apart.
playoff
The
team.
team fell apart
LeBron is
when he got
generational
injured.
talent. I'm not saying
He
nothing
got
about it.
injured,
I don't
and the
think.
team fell
I don't
apart,
think.
Tyler.
I'm sorry, Max Covers. You can say what you want, but I don't think LeBron James goes to Houston and think he's going to win a championship the first year. I just don't see that happening.
Definitely,
don't see it happening.
if LeBron would be in Houston, we'll be a playoff team. That's how good that's how much he changed.
Oh my God! No, they wouldn't. You're saying there's that narrative of
Miami Heat.
one
Miami
player
Heat
makes or breaks a team.
How good Miami Heat was when they won it. Before
They had
LeBron
Wade.
came.
They
won
had
a championship.
Dwayne,
When LeBron won
Dwayne
two more
Wade, that
with
was
him.
Dwayne
LeBron
Wade's
won two
team.
more with him.
That team was going to the playoffs way before LeBron James got
he
there.
got him. He won
They were
two
like
more
they were
championships,
hovering around
It was one of the top
45 to
five.
like
It was one of
50
the top
wins
10
at that
teams.
point.
There was a top
Cleveland
8 team in the East without LeBron.
Cleveland haven't won in 50 years. He goes back to Cleveland. They win a championship.
They had Kevin Love. They had
He
Kyrie.
brought Kevin Love to the team. They didn't just have.
They had Kevin Love.
He
They
was the
brought
main
him.
factor. He was the main. Him and Kyrie. He was a turning point of the
He's
team.
with other players. That's
So
what you're not getting.
Kevin Love can win you a championship without
Oh
LeBron.
my God, Dante.
Hold up, Kevin Love can win you a championship without LeBron. Is what you said?
No, Kyrie and Kevin Love without LeBron on the team, they go to the finals.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
They would be a playoff team without
They'll be a
LeBron.
playoff
You
team.
hear about that?
They'll be a playoff team.
Yes,
I'ma tell you why.
one
I'ma tell
player
you why,
can make
because
a
the
break
Eastern
if they go to
Conference
the
is
finals or
weak.
not.
The Eastern Conference is weak. Any team in the Eastern Conference can make the
Hey,
playoffs.
it doesn't matter. He got that
Any
8 straight
team.
times. It
Let's
doesn't
keep it
matter
a
how weak
buck.
it is. I mean,
The Eastern
it's
Conference
weak,
is so
but,
weak.
man, 8
The
straight
Eastern
times
Conference
hard
is
to get
so
to the
weak.
finals, though. It's hard to
The
get to the
Eastern Conference is so weak. Anybody can make the playoffs in the Eastern Conference. Anybody.
LeBron James took Darren Williams took a washed up, out of shape, fat Darren Williams to the finals. He took a J.R. Smith to the finals
And got
He took-
smoked.
And got smoked.
Yeah,
he got
killed in the
smoked.
finals that year. He got
Organization
killed.
changed around. They won their first championship in 50 years. They haven't won a championship. The problem is the key that he changed the organization when he first came to the team. Even though he did not have all the success, he did change the organizations up. And they immediately had an impact to winning.
LeBron James is a generational talent. He is. Don't get me wrong. It's nothing. We all can agree to that. But what I'm saying is, as far as this Lakers team, as far as LeBron James go, it doesn't matter if LeBron's on this Lakers team or not. The Lakers always would be the Lakers, with or without LeBron. That championship they won in the bubble, that's the last championship you're going to see for years, as long as LeBron there. LeBron will not win another championship in LA. He will not. So LeBron just needs to be. I'll bet $100 in the next 3 years that LeBron James will not win a fucking championship with the Lakers. He will not.
Hey, that's your opinion. If you think
Put the money where your mouth is. Put the money where your mouth is.
As long as they keep overpaying Russell Westbrook and AD and keeping this old damn roster around LeBron, he ain't winning shit.
LeBron went out and got Westbrook. He went out and got this. He went out and got that, and still fluked. Still fucking fluke since that championship. AD is a piece of glass. You should trade him. Get him the hell out of LA. He's a piece of glass.
It ain't LeBron's fault
Another
that that
player,
dude is getting hurt.
another player that was traded to the Lakers and didn't do shit because he can't stay on the court. Please, man. I'm not worried about them goddamn Lakers. The Lakers would not win a championship in the next 3 to 5 years. They would not win a championship in the next 3 to 5 years. I don't care if LeBron is still there. LeBron don't have no chance to win the championship as long as he on the Lakers. Just move on, bro. Go play in Orlando with Bronny in the next 5 years. Fuck that. On to the next time.
This is a good pitchers duo right here. It's the top of the 8th with no runs.
Oh God.
Oh well, let's see these stats real quick. Oh,
Hopefully we do something.
Before we get to baseball, you said the argument was one player cannot make a playoff team, and that's not true. The Boston Celtics was more of a complete team than what a one player team can take the players to the playoffs.
The thing is, I'm not saying that one player can't.
Is the star, but he had a great fucking supporting cast.
I'm not saying. Here's the thing. I'm not saying. I'm not
championships in this league. You're not. You can't.
I'm not saying that one player can't
games by yourself. If you don't have a great supporting cast and you don't have a great team around you, that's exactly what I'm saying. You're not winning shit. Period.
That's exactly
You can
what
have
I'm
a great
saying right
team.
now.
You can have all the pieces, but I mean, like I say, man, one player can make a difference on the team.
It can
You
make a
have the
difference,
greatest
but you need a
player-
supporting
players
cast.
If you don't have a supporting cast, and you're trying to get that one
Yes,
player
if
that can
you don't
make or
have
break a
support
team.
cast, that is true.
You're making the playoff. You're making the playoffs, but you're not making the damn
Can't be a
finals.
difference maker. One player can't be a difference maker.
Come on,
That's
man.
what that's why I say about Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan could not get past those goddamn Detroit Pistons for so many years because he didn't have a great supporting cast.
He couldn't get out of it. He couldn't even get out of the second round his first few years.
They went out and got players that could be physical with the Detroit Pistons that could play up to their play style.
But you got to think about it. The organization would not be good as a whole without Michael Jordan. He turned the organization
of course.
around,
They
though.
won't be good.
That's what I'm saying. That's the difference between LeBron James and Jordan. Jordan made sure he went to the organization and made sure, I got to get over. Y'all got to do something for me.
But when you talk about when he came to the organization, he turned the organization around completely.
But not by himself though.
So
He went out and went to that organization and asked for players that know that's going to help him win a championship.
The Bulls would not have a championship without Michael Jordan being drafted. Without Michael Jordan even, the Bulls would not. We would not.
The Bulls weren't.
Here's the greatest player of all generations.
Here's where you're not finishing it. Here's where you're not finishing it. The Bulls wouldn't have won a championship without Jordan. Yes, they wouldn't have won without Pippen. They wouldn't have won without freaking Kerr,
Grant, or Armstrong, or Steve Kerr.
The Bulls was scrapped. The Bulls was scrapped
Tony Kukoc. Do I have to keep going?
The Bulls was scrapped before he even got to the organization. Michael Jordan was already the best player on the team when he got drafted by the Chicago Bulls.
But he's only one player. You need everyone around
him. He
him.
the organization around though. He changed the whole
But that's the difference between LeBron James and Michael Jordan. That's the difference between LeBron James and Michael Jordan. Jordan went into that front office and be like, listen, if we want to win championships, you got to put a supporting cast around me. Something LeBron didn't do. LeBron is just ring chasing, going after team after team after team just to win championships. Yes, he went back to Cleveland and won one, but if he would have stayed in Cleveland, he probably would have had more than what he got now. If he went and asked for a supporting cast. But no, he went out and asked for these old ass players. Old ass Darren Williams, old ass Mo Williams. Please get out of here. You was not going to win a team. You're not going to win championships with that type of team. If you're not going into your organization, when you're the star player and you're the face of the NBA and you don't have no say so, fuck that, bro.
I mean, but he didn't change the Cleveland organization around when he first got there. He didn't change the organization around at all when he first got there.
He did not change that organization. Hold on, Dante. He did not change that organization around when he first got there. Okay? When he got to LA, they were still a 30-win team after that season when he was there.
Cleveland.
With Jason Williams, all the one that Lonzo Mourning, they won the championship that year.
That was an old. They had a young Dwayne Wade and they had an old team. And what they did was they had a good coach. That's what Pat Riley was coaching too. I get you, Dad. I get you.
Yeah, they had Pat Riley and Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh and Alonzo.
They had Alonzo Mourning.
Yep.
They started getting it, and they added Steve Kerr.
Mm-hmm.
But they added Steve Kerr. That messed them because they had B.J. Armstrong.
Mm-hmm.
They had what was the other guy? They had Bill Whittington. They had Stacey King.
Mm-hmm.
They built all of them from the draft, but they wasn't tough enough. They wasn't strong enough to beat Detroit. That following year after they lost, they got in the weight room, and that's when Detroit couldn't knock them around. They built their team from the draft. No more. The NBA don't build teams from the draft.
Not no more. They do, but they don't. They do, but they don't.
Golden State is the only one.
Golden State's the only team that can really build through the draft. They really can.
No, the Golden State was the only team that literally got their team from the draft. The draft. They built their team from the draft. They were the only team that really did.
Max, my dad is chilling right now. Max.
This might be another one if they stay in hanging with their players.
Yeah, that's only if they keep their players around because today's NBA it's always super teams. And thanks to LeBron, he started that super team bullshit. He did. He started that super team bullshit, and that's why I never agree with it. I never agree with the super team.
If Kyrie wouldn't have got hurt and he would have stayed with Cleveland, they would have put more pieces around. they would have championships like Golden State.
And I just said this. The OG has spoken.
I still would have disagreed though, but respectfully.
It's 3 against 1, dude.
Take that goddamn yellow off.
Hey, that's
3 against 1, man. You lost.
You take your
look,
yellow
but look,
off. Yellow
you said
off.
still want no. I'm not. I did not lose. Like I say, one man can't change your organization through a thick and thin.
It could change your organization, but if you know that you have, but you know if you have a future. If you know you have a future and you know you're the number one guy, you could walk into a front office and ask what you want. Something LeBron didn't do his first year with Cleveland.
Why would I ask why would he ask what he want if the organization did not want to build around him properly? I would leave too.
But how do we know that? How do we know that?
I'll leave too.
How does he know that better yet?
Because he did go to the organization. He did go to the organization and tell him he basically on his last leg. He did let Cleveland know.
He literally went to an organization said he was basically on his last leg because he traded everybody for an 18-win freaking team just to freaking go to a championship.
And he still was good enough to pull that dirty team to the finals too, even though they got beat. But he still
of course the Cleveland Cavaliers was going to go to the finals that year with LeBron when the. Please tell me
what happened. What happened to the Cavs after he left? What happened to the Cavs after he left?
They still, like I said, it took them a couple of years. It took them a couple of years to just be good.
No, but what happened? What happened? What happened when he didn't get his way?
They did get better, but guess what? LeBron went to LA and got a championship too, though. He went to.
But hold on, they did not get better after he left because they were an 18-win team.
They are a team that's on the come up. But LeBron went to another organization and got him a championship.
They're going to come up now. But when he left after 2018, they were an 18-win freaking team.
Okay, that shows you how much of a difference he made because they're an 18-win team. That shows you how much of a difference he made.
No, difference made him terrible.
Here, y'all. The Eastern Conference has not been dominant since the fuse of New York and Miami. In Toronto and Philadelphia, the Eastern Conference has not been dominant for at least the past 2 decades. Yes, it's been times that the Eastern Conference didn't win championships within those last 2 decades. But let's keep it a buck, though. That Cleveland team, that 1 year that LeBron went to the championship and played the Spurs, that Eastern Conference was the fuck weak. It was the weakest in history. It was the weakest Eastern Conference. Weak as fuck. Please. The Pistons was already out the door. They already won the championships against the Lakers. They already got rid of everybody after they beat the Lakers. So they was out of it. Miami was weak at the time. My own Sixers was weak at the time. Everybody on the Eastern Conference was weak. Of course, the Cavaliers were going to be the number 1 seed in the East. We already knew this. Half of those teams that he played in the playoffs barely had winning records because the Eastern Conference is soft. We know this already.
Just because it's soft, it's still basketball and it's still hard to get to the finals.
It's not hard to get. If you're playing the Eastern Conference, it's anybody's game.
If you're playing in a week,
if you get drafted to an Eastern Conference, if you get drafted to an Eastern Conference team, it's anybody's team to go to the Eastern Conference. Let's just keep it a buck.
It's not easy for everybody to get to the finals. It's not in the Eastern Conference. Because otherwise, like Boston, was it easy for them to get to the finals?
Why do you think it's a different team going to the Eastern Conference Finals every year?
Yep.
Why do you think it's a different team going to the Eastern Conference Finals every year?
That don't mean every year. It don't mean it's a weak conference.
That means it's weak.
No, it's not.
That means it's weak. And then the thing about it, when KD going to the Brooklyn Nets, he still couldn't get to the Eastern Conference Finals in a weak conference.
So Boston had an easy run to the finals. Boston had an easy run to the finals.
Shit.
Boston had an easy run.
Listen, when the 8 teams come out, King, when the 8 teams come out for the Eastern Conference, Dante, it's anybody's chance to make it to the Eastern Conference. You can't say that for the West. You can't say that for the West. Listen, if Charlotte was the number 8 seed, they got a goddamn 10-to-1 ratio of going to the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm sorry. That's how weak it is.
So the road was easy for Boston to get to the finals, wasn't it?
It was pretty easy.
Stop.
It actually was pretty easy.
It was pretty easy.
Man. That's a blasphemy.
It was pretty easy.
It
was pretty easy. The only reason why I say it's pretty easy because we had not seen Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals or in the finals in years. That's why it was easy for them. They finally got what they finally did what needed to be done, and has get over the hump because they always they never get to the Eastern Conference Finals in the last
Keith?
5 years.
You know what, Keith? I'm sorry, I didn't want to do it, but I was gonna throw y'all up in there if the East was so easy. Why the Sixers couldn't make the finals? But I didn't want to do it though. I just
listen. At least the Sixers have an opportunity. Hold up, we had a chance. We had a chance against Toronto with that dumbass shot with Kawhi Leonard. We had that chance.
If that shot didn't go in, we would have went to overtime and won that game. If that shot did not fall, we would have went to overtime and won that game.
Yep. I can't with him, man.
I can't with him, man. It was a good debate, though, man. It was a good debate.
Yeah, it's a good debate. That's what we do, man. That's what we do.
Oh my god, I felt like I was in like a knockoff first game.
Hey.
I'm telling you, me and Dante should make our own damn undisputed.
Hey,
but I ain't skip Bayless.
Honestly, I want in on this too. Oh my god.
We took over Keith's show. I'm sorry, y'all. We took over Keith's show.
It's okay. It was Dame. I'm gonna blame it on Damian. It's all his fault.
Keith's just sitting there. She probably had like a whole bowl of popcorn sitting there just.
Hey,
that's all. Like, I need my
just
popcorn.
have to mess everything up. Bro.
Go get your popcorn ready.
Jimmy Butler from Philadelphia, did he?
Freaking Damian and his damn being a bisexual messed up everything, and things went left from there. It's okay though, but it's okay though.
You got some Eagles talk. What we got here for some Eagles?
Oh my god, this is
nothing going on with the Eagles. Really, they just getting ready for training camp and stuff like that. And Miles Sanders calling the team damn All-Star team. I mean,
dude, do you remember the Dream Team, Miles Sanders?
Not even here no more. Starting all this BS.
Hey, Kid, we just talking about the Phillies. I'm just joking. We just talking about
Miles Sanders. Do you remember the Dream Team?
Kyle Gibson went 7 good innings. They in the bottom of the 8th right now with no runs.
Oh my god, what a game!
Both teams can't hit. I'm looking at everybody, and nobody's swinging. Nobody's swinging. Like nothing.
What a game!
Knock on wood.
Put Corey Knebel in.
Kyle didn't strike
No,
out
don't
today.
put Corey Knebel in. No, Dante, no. I am not giving up a playoff spot because of Corey Knebel's stupid freaking pitching. No.
It's crazy how bad we talk about. It's crazy how bad we talk about the Phillies, and they talk about we in wild card contention. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah. Yep.
And we've been staying in wild card contention for more than a day.
You know how bad I talk about my Phillies, Dante. You know how bad I talk about them. I'm in complete fucking shock.
Hey, Coach, you should go back to doing a Phillies game, Coach. You want to know, Coach? You want to know what the Phillies this year, Coach?
I know.
You want to know?
Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it, Dante.
Please don't jinx it.
I'm keeping my 1-0 record. Fuck
Coach,
that.
you want to know what the Phillies this year?
I'm taking my 1-0 record. Fuck that.
Now the Tennessee.
Hold up, is the Phillies playing right now? Is the Phillies playing right now?
In the top of the 9th with no run, it's 0-0.
Oh, God damn, I would have been like, if they're playing late, I would have did the shit.
Please walk it off, Philly. Please walk it off.
Iris's vlog don't start your shit. The world is ending in Philadelphia if the Phillies are good. No, the world would end if the Flyers went to the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Oh my god, the world would burn. The world would burn if the freaking Flyers went to the Stanley Cup playoffs.
The Stanley Cup playoffs, I would run around my fucking apartment. I do not care.
Spotlight would jump on top of the roof if the Flyers ever made. If the Flyers,
I would jump on top of the roof and think I can fly because of Flyers.
To the playoffs and everything else, I was staying on the roof of my car.
Oh, I gotta be in person to see this. See that.
Somebody record this shit.
I'm going live.
I'm not going to stand. I'll sit on the couch.
I'm still going live, regardless. I'm still going live. Right on the network. Right on the goddamn network.
Can we talk about surprisingly how the bullpen's actually been playing well?
Honestly, the one player that really shocks me is Brad Hand, because I thought going into it, I thought Brad Hand would be trash. But he's really good. He's really good.
Can I say this, though? You know the bullpen been playing good since I did the game, right?
Oh shit, here we go.
Thank you,
Hey,
Spotlight.
he wanna know.
Thank
Hey,
you.
y'all need to bounce for Spotlight
Thank
for
you.
more games. He want to know. He got the good luck on him
I
right
just
now.
had to throw it out there. It was me. This is the
It was
board was
yep.
saying good.
I'm with. Yep.
Here's the lineup. So Schwarber's 0 for 3. Mind you, he didn't strike out
What?
today, thank God.
See, he need
Reese
me. He
Hoskins
need me.
over
He
four.
need me.
Castellanos 0 for 4.
What?
Derek Hall is 1 for 2. Gregorius 0 for 3. Alec Baum 1 for 2. Stott 0 for 2. Verling 0 for 3. And Snell is 1 for 3.
The whole damn lineup is just 0 for
The whole-
Well, yeah, but St. Louis ain't
Only
doing no
one
better
player.
either.
Only one player got a hit.
Oh, St. Louis ain't doing no better than
only one player got a hit.
2 players got it. 3 players. Hall, Baum,
Oh, okay.
and Stubbs.
Oh, yeah. Long ball Hall.
Everybody else
I was
was
just
low.
about to say, I'm like, what if both teams just give like no hitters?
And 0-0.
Kyle Gibson. Kyle Gibson went 7 innings, 5 strikeouts. So Kyle Gibson played good game this game.
But that's good. He pitched good against goddamn Houston Astros. Why can't he go pitch good against nobody else?
You can't stand that.
But it's about to be the top of the ninth, and yeah. So we'll see if the Phillies can get a walk off. Am I the only one in here with one good, consistent professional team?
I think you are a Florida boy. I don't care though. You're a true supporter though. I can say that.
Hey, he like the Miami Marlins. Man, I told him the Miami Marlins ain't actually that bad this year. They actually can play. They pretty.
I think the Marlins have a honestly as a division.
They have a future.
As a divisional rival, and I'm going to be completely unbiased. They have a team here.
Yes,
if they just keep building off of that, they could probably be in contention too.
Yeah, Mike, the Heat is like the only consistent team.
Well, yeah, they do have Jimmy Butler.
Not so much. The Marlins is getting there.
I think the Jags might be a little bit better than people expect.
Yeah, a bit better. Yeah,
I think they are. Doug
the development
coach. I think they'll be a little bit more expected. But you got.
Yeah, I feel like with this new coach,
AFC South.
Yeah, I feel like with this new coach, it'll allow Trevor Lawrence to continue to develop. Honestly,
I won't say they are a play. I'm not saying the Jaguars are a playoff contingent team. I just say that record-wise, they will be better than what they were last year.
Yeah,
they'll win more. They'll win a little bit more games. How many games they won last year? What, like 2?
They won.
It was like 2. Yeah, it was 2.
2 or 3. They won
3.
I say they win. I think they win 5 or 6 games this year.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm not saying they what they might do is they might be spoilers in the AFC South again. That's one thing I can say.
True. Yeah, they could.
They're gonna be spoilers in the AFC South. Them and like I said, listen. Them Texans. I'm telling you right now, them Texans. I got Colts and Texans at the top 2 of that division. Tennessee 3rd, Jaguars 4.
Don't be
That's
surprised.
how I got it.
Don't be surprised if that happened. Don't be surprised.
I won't be, because I listen. You'll go back to this video at 1 hour and 48 minutes and 48 seconds that I said that the Texans will be the number 2 team in the AFC South. Book it.
Timestamp it, y'all. Timestamp it.
Number 2 team. Actually, I got us at the number 2 team. It's a hard, long shot. I don't think we're gonna make the playoffs, but I still think we're coming in second place though.
Yeah. See, you know what though? The way the AFC is set up, I think a lot of few teams are going to take a step back this year.
I agree.
I just don't know, what teams would be able to take that step back. Mm-hmm. But if the Texans on paper right now going into training camp, it's a possibility the Texans could be a wild card team. It's a possibility.
Yep. I can see that. Mm-hmm.
It's a possibility. And you know what? They might play us in the first round. God damn it. I want my lick back. Shit.
You want your lick back?
It
ain't my fault.
I want my lick back.
Hey, Donald Penn the one let Derek Carr get his leg, bro. He's responsible for it because he let someone.
I understand that. I still want my lick back. Even though that we didn't have Carr, we were still in that game too. Even though we didn't have Carr, we were still in that game. We still could have won that game.
Because Brock Osweiler suck that old bum ass. Brock Osweiler,
Connor Cook,
that bum ass dude.
Listen, that was his first game that he ever played in the NFL since he's been drafted.
You're right. I forgot about that. He's gonna be
okay. So
Brock Osweiler.
Damian finished his point. I mean, Damien. Damn it, the wrong D. Dante. Okay, so they did a top 10 in cornerbacks in the ESPN ranking of corners.
Somebody
And
get ECG in here right now. Somebody get ECG in here.
Darius Slay was not in the top 10.
Oh,
He should have been in the top
What?
10. I got him in the top 10. I got him in
So
the top 10.
it was.
somebody
hold
call
on,
ECG right now.
There we go.
Somebody
There
call
we
him.
go with the media hating Philly again.
It's
So
not, I don't
it
listen.
was-
Somebody call
So
ECG.
it was Ramsey,
Yeah.
Lattimore, Alexander, Xavier Howard, J.C. Jackson, and some others. But Slade was not on that top 10.
Slay is top
Hold up.
6 for me.
So if Slay was not on that top 10, say that top 10 again.
Hold on, let me. Who was
Tell
on
him
here?
to tell ECG to come in the chat because I would love to have him hear this.
It was Alexander. It was Howard from Miami. It was Ramsey, J.C. Jackson, Marshawn Lattimore. I don't know the whole, but that was the people that was on that list, but he wasn't.
Oh my god.
So that's not the whole top 10 list. I want to hear who's all like the top 10.
Where was it? Who had the damn list? I saw it. I was like, what?
How Darius Slay is not on there as a top 10 corner? I'm lost.
Who did that list
And you know
again?
what, as a Raiders fan, I'm
Yeah,
not
hold
even
on,
defending.
I'm trying to.
I'm not even defending it because the only person I can say that could probably be a top 15 is probably Casey Hayward. But Casey Hayward could have been if it's going based off last year. I mean, Casey Hayward didn't give up a lot of yards last year. If you want to, I'm just saying off of last year, but I know he's in Atlanta now. But that's the only corner I could think of that's the bum ass Raiders back in was Casey Hayward. But Darius Slay should have definitely been a top 10.
Yeah, he definitely should.
The way that defense came up in the second half of the season.
I know they put Diggs in that list.
Over Darius Slay? They did that because of the interceptions, which
Yeah, they did that because of the interception.
I hate that. What?
That's the problem. That's the problem with the media. They look at things face value. And I'm
trying to find this whole damn.
Oh, y'all made me want to do a video.
Who at home? The Cardinals or the Phillies? The Cardinals.
The Cardinals is home.
Okay.
That game.
Also, y'all got runners at first and third, one out, nobody out, I believe.
Here we go. Where is that list at? I hate when you see something and then you can't find it no more. Okay, here you go. So it was Jalen. So number 10 is Trayvon Diggs. Number 9, AJ Terrell. Number 8, Marlon Humphrey. 7 was Surtain. 6 is Ward. 5 is J.C. Jackson. Xavier Howard's 3 is 4. Isaiah Alexander's 3. Marshawn Lattimore's is 2, and Ramsey's 1.
I will switch out AJ Terrell
ESPN.
I love AJ Terrell. I love AJ Terrell, and I think he's a solid corner for the Atlanta Falcons. But I don't think he's a top 10 corner over Darius Slay.
No.
I don't know if Dante agrees with that because I know Dante loves AJ Terrell.
You say who?
AJ Terrell was in that top 10.
Yeah, I agree with that. He should be in the top 10.
He should be in the top 10 over Darius Slay.
Slay should be in the top 10 too. Slay should be in the
top 10.
Should be in the top 10.
Did you hear the top 10?
It's Ramsey, Lattimore, Alexander, Howard, J.C. Jackson, Denzel Ward, Patrick Surtain, Marlon Humphrey.
I will take out Surtain. I will take out Surtain.
Trayvon Diggs.
I think AJ Terrell is better than Surtain. I will take out Surtain. Actually, I think AJ Terrell is better. He's better. He's way better. He's better.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to look up. I mean, because I watched I watched film at Clemson. I didn't watch him at Atlanta. I gotta look.
The interceptions are sometimes that's an overrated stat, but like I said again, AJ Terrell don't get the ball thrown his way that much.
1,000 yards to get those damn interceptions.
If that's the case, then Dante, if he doesn't throw the ball, if they don't throw the ball to his side enough, can you make a case for Casey Hayward then?
Yeah, you can make a case for Casey Hayward to be in the top 10. Like they don't throw the ball.
If you're scared to throw a ball
to make those
plays. If you're scared to throw a ball towards a side of the field because of the corner, then that corner's good.
Yeah,
that corner's great.
Right.
And AJ
So,
Terrell
yes,
is.
so-
He's
Ooh,
great.
AJ
So they
Terrell and
did-
Casey Hayward in Atlanta this year, Dante. That's going to be interesting to watch.
Yep. Casey Hayward, man, you got two of them. You got
got
two.
two-
So now
you
you
got
can't
two
go away from
dogs.
nobody. You can't run away from nobody. That's
And
what
I
I'm
don't know if
saying.
y'all saw the video on Twitter where Casey Hayward outran Michael Parsons in a race.
Yeah.
So they
Come
did.
on,
So
Mike.
they did. That was the cornerbacks list. So here's the defensive tackle. Of course. So number 10 is Jonathan Allen. Number 9 is J.D. Jarrett. 8 is Eric Armstead. Vita Vea, Clinty Clark, Cameron Haywood's 5. DeForest Buckner's 4. Chris Jones 3. Jeffrey Simmons 2, and Aaron Donald's number 1.
That top 5, I can't switch nobody out. That's a
Yup.
good top 5.
That's good. They all solid.
That's
So
a good
edge
top 5
rushers-
defensive tackle.
Edge rushers, number 10 is Cameron Jordan. Number 9, Khalil Mack. 8, Brian Burns. 7, Chandler Jones. 6, Von Miller. Top 5 is Max Crosby, Joey Bosa, Nick Bosa, Myles Garrett, TJ Watt.
Chandler Jones could be a little bit higher, but I take where he's at.
Yeah, I'll take it too.
I take
It's
where
not a
he's at,
bad
but I
list.
think he could be
It's
a
not
little bit
bad
higher.
list.
Safeties,
Say what?
Jamal
Hold
Adams.
up, Keith. What you say, Dante?
It's not a bad list. It's like
Not a
you can
bad
switch
list.
a few
I
things.
think
You can
Chandler
switch a few
Jones could have
things,
been.
but they
I
all
think he
on
could have
the
been.
list.
I think he
They
could have
all-
been like number 6 or something like that.
Yeah.
But hey,
You can
So
switch it up.
safeties,
You know, they all-
safeties, they got Jamal Adams, Antoine Whitfield, Marcus Williams, Harrison Smith, Jesse Bates. The top 5 is Buda Baker, Darwin James, Kevin Boyd, Minka Fitzpatrick, Justin Simmons.
Kevin Byard on now. Kevin Byard from Tennessee.
Yeah, he's number 3.
Yeah, okay, he's good. He's good. Yeah, he's good.
okay.
Kevin Byard's pretty solid.
I ain't really worried about my safeties on the Raiders because John. I ain't worried about that. I mean, and we still got we got still Trayvon Merrick. So Trayvon Merrick is on the rise. Just keep that in mind. Trayvon Merrick is on the rise.
You don't got you still got Roger Teamer over there, huh? Ain't he a safety on
Yeah,
corner?
Roger Teamer's still over there. Yeah,
Yeah, that's one of your favorite guys, huh?
Dante, don't start your shit. Don't start your shit. At least he stayed because he was a free agent. At least he stayed. At least he didn't run like face on and go wherever Gus Bradley goes.
Philly scored. 1-0.
Huh?
I was
scored.
looking at it right here. They scored. They was on
Oh.
first and third. 1 out.
Okay, Philly. All right.
Looking at it. Watch he throw Corey
Max
Knable in.
Crosby,
If they put Corey Knable in, coach, I'll be so mad.
Don't say I didn't tell y'all if you do throw him in. Don't say I didn't tell y'all.
I will be so mad.
I don't know about that Florida boy. I don't know about Max Crosby being switched with Chandler Jones at number 5. I don't know about that. It's possible. Let's see
both
the
on your
production he
team.
does. Yeah, they both. But if they're going off of last year, that's a little bit different.
Oh, okay. So Alec Baum got a sack fly and then brought somebody home, so that's why they want to know. But
They got any other positions up there?
no, that was the only ones I saw.
That's pretty interesting with that defensive tackles.
Hey,
That's
Tyler,
really
guess what? The Astros up 2-0.
Oh, whoop-de-doo. Actually, we're up 2-0.
Goddamn.
What am I supposed to be scared of an AL team? Ooh.
Is Neris's ERA still under 1?
No, it's not under 1. It got blown up to 3. He still
Oh,
has-
damn.
He still got blown
No.
like Montero's got blown up to 1 something. But Hector Neris
Did y'all put Neris at closer? Did y'all put Neris at closer?
No, we ain't gonna put him as a close because we got Montero and we got Presley as closing. So
Okay, because I was trying to like see why he has a blown save.
Yo, that he ain't got a chance to blow a save. This he ain't got a chance to blow no save for us. He ain't gonna have no damn chance. If he ever have a chance like that and he end up blowing, I'm sending him right back to y'all. We y'all at.
And then we'll use him right. We'll put him at reliever.
Iverson Blog said Damian can at least get a pass in the comments, unlike the Bulls in the first round. Damn. Wow.
Oh my
But
god! I
Get
can't.
out of here. Yeah. Didn't come on and talk about what I want to talk about. I did in the beginning. It was went smoothly until shit went left, but it was still fun though.
Listen, it's great. Listen, it went off the rails, but it's great content.
Who
cares?
Shall upload the last underrated for the AFC and upload the AFC West one tonight on the network since we don't have no live streams after Big Time Show.
Damn, I got a live stream tonight. I got the Rocket Summer League. I was gonna try.
But there's nothing else on the network after.
I was gonna put it on the network. If there's nothing else, then I could have just.
Yeah, because after Doug is done, there's nothing else.
I'll just move it to the network then. I'll just put the Summer League game on the network.
Because I think about uploading the AFC West and being done with the AFC West and then start with the NFC of the underrated players and start that tomorrow. I'm thinking about just doing it, putting another video up. Trying to keep the consistency.
That was good though. If y'all did not check out the underrated players in NFL, make sure y'all go to the network.
Dante kept stealing all your players as I watch it.
Did you see that? I was like, damn,
yes.
Dante.
I was like, damn, Dante.
First name
ain't nothing for Q to talk about now since you mentioned it.
She's like, well, dang, I ran other stuff to talk about.
I was like, damn it. But I did have some he didn't say. So
yeah,
he had to be
Gibson. I was gonna say Gibson. I normally say Gibson.
Extra to do a defensive and offensive player.
I normally say Gibson on the Washington football team, but I just went with their best safety, Cam Curley. That's who I just went with. I couldn't win. I always bring
Here we go.
Oh Lord, you started some stuff.
The Bulls got a championship, unlike the Suns, who would never win one.
We're not going back to the 2.
I'm not going to say nothing about that one. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut on that one. When you get past the first, if you don't get past the first round since 1996 or 1997, then that's the issue. How if Key knows math better than me? How old I was in 1997?
I don't freaking know. I mean, if I was 97, I was 8 maybe.
And what you got 2 years on me?
Mm-hmm.
So I would have been 6 in 1997 since the last time y'all made it past the first round.
Guess what? The last time they won,
you was nowhere to be found, Tyler.
Huh?
Dante, how old was you? Because you up there in age too.
I'm sorry, I was 13.
So let me.
The last time they won a damn champion, this guy wasn't even throwing.
No, he was 11.
You know what? I was 7 years old.
Because the last time they won a championship.
If I'm 13, you was 11. If I got you by 2 years.
And the last time they won a championship.
I thought you said 14. My bad.
The last time the Bulls won a championship, I was just a few months old.
Damn.
The last time the Cowboys won a championship, I was 5.
Ooh. What was they last one? 95?
That was the matter of fact. That was the year that the Rockies. That was the last time the Rockies won a championship in 95. That was matter of fact. That was the same year that the Rockies won back.
Yeah, in 95, that's when Jordans wasn't expensive. Jordan was only $100. Not even that. They were like $75, $100 back then.
Jordan gambled himself out the league at that time.
Yeah, when Jordan won it, but when
the Bulls, all that money doing
when the Bulls won a championship, it was like June of '98. So
yeah, it used to be picking people up on the golf courses and stuff.
98, high school. 98. That was my. I was on my way out middle school.
I was just a few months old.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And we old. It's the same. Mm-hmm. But let me get out of here. So great debates. Agreed.
Just to let y'all know, make sure y'all check out SpotlightSportsNetwork.net for all the podcast shows. Just to let y'all know as well, we do have merch on sale, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we do have merch on sale, and I'm going to see if we have any new designs or anything of that nature. So make sure y'all go over to SpotlightSportsNetwork.net. I'm sorry, SpotlightSportsNetwork.net. And if you want to just go to the shop button and get what you can get with us. We have so many different types of shirts, t-shirt, mugs. I'm at the point I'm about to throw everything on the network, even goddamn dog bandana. They got dog like things that you can put around their neck and stuff like that. They got that too.
It's hot. Go get y'all a tank.
Yes.
Get you all some Coach Dante merch as he's wearing his shirt.
That ugly behind yellow. Looking
Oh,
like,
so
looking like a
speaking of merch,
goddamn Laker.
He looked like one of the play. He looked like one of the ones off of GTA, San Andreas. It wasn't CJ.
You talking about the green?
So we did have a sale going on. Yes, we do have one 15% off from today to the 13th of July. So make sure y'all go get your Spotlight Sports Network gear. If you want to listen to all the audio versions of these podcasts, go to spotlightsportsnetwork.net. If you want to read articles on there, spotlightsportsnetwork.net. If you want to leave us a review or be a part of our newsletter, spotlightsportsnetwork.net. Everything is right there under one website. And if you want to join the Spotlight Sports Network, go to spotlightsportsnetwork.net, hit the join tab, fill it out, and we will reach out to you.
They're being biased on fluffy.
And one more announcement, Damien, the White Sox they ass. They lost to the Detroit Tigers. They ought to be ashamed of their damn self.
some announcement because that's not exactly breaking. They've been terrible all year.
Breaking news: the White Sox is not even the best team in Chicago.
Ooh.
The Cubs got a worse record than y'all, and they still better than y'all.
I'm telling you, they're literally the redhead stepchild to the Cubs.
Also, go check out Tyler Gooley and Robert's reaction to Liv Morgan winning the championship.
Oh, we flat out freaked.
And just to let you know, on Instagram, that video has 4,500 views of that reel of the Liv Morgan cashing in Money in the Bank. And I noticed about that video too, Dante was nowhere to be fucking found. His seat was empty as hell.
Because after that, I had went to Keystream with the Keep Up Company because he was doing UFC.
We're not making no.
He did
that
show
your
up.
ass was not in the seat.
Yeah, I was not in the seat. Yeah,
I will give him this. I will give him this.
I went to go try to get something to eat at that time.
And got him a Dr. Pepper on top of that.
I will give Dante this. He did show up to Blood and Guts.
Yep.
He did show up to that.
Yeah, that's how I just like to show some love and support to everybody. So
yeah.
Even though I don't care about wrestling no more.
He was like, wait, he was like, oh, Chris Jericho was the first to be the undisputed. So, you know.
I used to watch it back then. He was the first ever WWF champion.
Oh, just an announcement. A&E is having a WWE Legends in there doing the Undertaker biography.
Oh, I literally saw that.
Tomorrow at 8:00. That's interesting. So if nothing.
Oh, I gotta get the A&E out. Dang it.
Yeah, I might be watching.
I might have to watch that.
I'm about to watch that too because that's a legend. I can't miss a legend. Damien saying the White Sox was the best beginning of the season. Yeah, right, Damien.
I told him.
I bet you're eating your words now, Damien.
I told him.
I like the fact that Key got the press conference background there for the Sixers. I like that. I might have to steal that from you. Wait a minute.
Hold on. Seriously. What
videos with that joint? Yeah,
dude.
Because you already know I got my Raiders press conference one already. So I definitely need this one. I definitely need it.
And we got to get some Tennessee Volunteers games in, Coach. Football on the way. College on the way.
That's why we're trying to get a college football team, college football thing going.
Yeah.
I have not been keeping up with my Tennessee Vols this year. I just have not been keeping up with them. I gotta do some research. ECG probably will be mad at me that I have not done no research on college football this year. But I definitely gotta do it. I gotta do
something like that too.
That's why I told him when I went on his show, I was like, you are not gonna call me out saying I ain't have my facts because I was on point.
Yeah, I'm going to have to do the same thing.
I might do a Tennessee Volunteers preview, season preview for the for the college football season.
Right.
Oh hell no, we're not going to talk about old
it's literally less than a month away for college football.
Wow.
Oh my God, yeah.
When is the first week
I
of
need
college
you to
football?
adopt the team. I'm about to put that on. I'm about to make a Twitter poll.
I already have a team pick that I've been a fan of for years, so probably going to stick with them.
St. Louis got runners at first and third. Nobody out.
Okay, so we got some time, Dante. We got some time because college football the first week of college football is August 27th.
Okay.
I got some time to do it, but I still got to do my research.
Yeah, I gotta do research too because going into the draft last year was a mess.
Watch this, Dante. Can you talk about Penn State this year?
I'm not a Penn State fan. I don't have a football college team. Damn that.
Or she could do bum ass Temple.
Oh my goodness. Hey, guess who in the game? Corey Knable in the game.
In the stream right now. Kill it in the fucking stream. End it. We about to lose.
It's over. We lost. We're gonna go down 2-0 or 2-1.
End it right now.
It's over.
Oh my gosh. Let me get out of here. I gotta watch this last half of the inning. I watched the bottom of this inning because I swear for beans, something happened.
Dante, don't forget to add that to the network so I can fix it up in the background.
God damn it, Philly. What do you gotta do that for?
Dante is cracking up. Look at him.
Yeah, because he knows Knable's trash. He knows Knable was trash.
We're gonna get out of here.
We said it all year that he's trash.
The Phillies intro on the way out. Hopefully we can win this damn game. But I see y'all.
I highly doubt it.